deployed.
All right, let's start off this week with our guest of honor. We're going to start off with Earl. Earl, what are you drinking? What have you been playing this week, buddy?
Right now I am drinking Black Raven Kitty Cat Blues. It is a pale ale that has vanilla bean, dried blueberries, hibiscus, and I think it has catnip in it too. But it's wonderful and smooth, and I don't know. I kind of feel high when I drink it. Anyway,
Are you chasing your tail?
yeah,
So like,
chasing my wife.
Hey.
But yeah, I've been playing Insurgency Sandstorm. That's pretty much the only game I play, and hanging out with John. So that's pretty much me.
Yeah, man.
well, welcome.
Yeah, welcome to the podcast, Earl.
Welcome.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right, yeah. All right, let's move on over to John. John, what are you drinking? What have you been playing this week, buddy?
I am drinking Coors Banquet beer brewed with it's Coors. Gonna get all fancy like Earl did. It's got a hibiscus and catnip and
Blueberries.
Tears of virgins.
Virgin Bronco fans.
Yeah, there you go. So yeah, drinking Coors, and this week I've been super busy. We're getting our house ready to sell, so I have not played a lot, but I did buy and start playing Insurgency Sandstorm on my PC with Earl, and fuck you, Miguel, and Miguel.
Who's Miguel? No.
Yeah, that one guy in the corner over there.
Yeah, all the way over there.
And that's me this week.
Sweet. All right, let's move on over. Speaking of Miguel, what are you drinking? What have you been playing this week, buddy?
Monster. Monster all the time. I've been playing Mortal Kombat. I bought Insurgency Sandstorm and played it a little bit with John, and it's okay. It feels to me like Battlefield on a small scale. That is it feels like Call of Duty Battlefield combined, like you have objectives and you're moving throughout the map. Excuse me. But it's not a large ass scale like Battlefield is. It's more like, what is it, 8 people?
Yeah.
But in the PV, when you're playing the computer anyway, and then play against other players. But that's what it feels like to me. It feels like a small scale Battlefield with a Call of Duty feel. And then I bought Dying Light on my PC because I have always wanted to play it, and I know Dying Light 2 is coming at some point. So I got on, researched how much Dying Light was, and it was $60 on Steam. So I just want to throw out a reminder to everyone that cdkeys.com is amazing. You can look for a bunch of different stuff on there, and I got Dying Light for like $17 for the enhanced edition.
Nice.
So just remember to always go look on there when you're looking for a good deal on something that's been out a while.
Yeah.
I really like that game. It's I remember just running through the dark for a while, and it was fantastic.
I always wanted to play it. I just never did. And then, I know the new one's coming out. So, yeah.
Sweet. Is that it, Miguel? All right, moving on over to Joe. Joe, what are you drinking, and what have you been playing this week, buddy?
I am drinking. I grabbed a Full Sail Brewing variety pack, so I'm drinking the Atomizer IPA. It's where I guess it's like ultrasonic infused IPA, whatever. It's good. Not as hoppy as I imagined it, but I'm going to be drinking that, and I'm going to be drinking the Full Sail Cold Brew Coffee Amber, which is really good too. Full Sail's out of Portland. So as far as what I've been playing, I played this much Division 2. Played some Red Dead Online, got some more money. Played the Old Republic. And today I played probably about a good hour of Blood and Truth on the PSVR. Thank you, Chris.
Yeah, no problem, dude.
And it was the first time I played VR in a while. Played VR. Yes, Miguel.
Is that the golf game?
No.
No.
No, well, I'll be getting the golf game soon, but he already paid for the Blood and Truth, so we, we're sharing games. Sharing is caring. Yeah. What about you, Chris?
All right, so let's see. This week, oh boy, I picked up a couple games. I can't buy it, but I still bought it. Let's see. On my Xbox, I played just this much with Joe of Division 2. And then over on my Switch, I picked up American Fugitive. I pretty much beat the other top down Grand Theft Auto games that I have on my Switch, and now I'm on American Fugitive. This is more of a 3D style, but still top down. It's not cartoony look to it. Kind of set in the country, so it's like Dukes of Hazzard mixed with Grand Theft Auto. It's pretty fucking cool. I'm enjoying the shit out of this game. Played some more Modern Combat Blackout on my Switch. And then some more Hawaii Shakedown. And then over on my PlayStation VR, I did pick up Blood and Truth. Fucking amazing game. If you've ever played PlayStation VR, The London Heist, this is by London Studios, and it's kind of like a Time Crisis mixed with GoldenEye, but in virtual reality. And it's fucking impressive. So I enjoy the shit out of that game. And then I also played some Beat Saber this week on the PlayStation VR. And that is pretty much me this week on playing video games. Other than that, I've been watching the kids. So that is me this week. Joe, you ready for the news?
What are you drinking?
Oh, yeah, shit. Good call. I'm drinking some double IPA from Goose Island, made with real gooses. Yeah.
And hibiscus.
And hibiscus. Yeah, it's pretty good, man. I enjoy it. The can's not much to show. And then I'm also going to be drinking a double IPA by Hopper Rising, by the Squatters Craft Beer.
Squatters.
I love my IPAs, so it's good shit. And that is pretty much me this week. So we're going to move on over to the news. Joe, you ready, buddy?
Yes.
Deuce's Weekly News, keeping us informed and up to date in the gaming industry.
Okay, let's get to it. Most important news, right? Mortal Kombat 11 DLC Combat Pack. The trailer came out like meow. If you have a chance to go look it up on YouTube, it's awesome. Shang Tsung looks like a beast, and I'm so glad that they used the original actor from the Mortal Kombat movie for the mocap and his voice
lines
and his lines from the movie, like "Your soul is mine." It's like I got goosebumps. Anyway,
That's cool.
they also are announcing. They didn't show, but they announced that they're also having Spawn, Sindel, Nightwolf, and there's 2 guest characters. That's what they're saying. So it's Shang Tsung, Nightwolf, Sindel, Spawn, and there's going to be 2 guest characters. But the thing is when they said 2 more guest characters, you hear a chainsaw in the background. So I'm wondering if it might be Leatherface, or I'm hoping Ash. It would be cool from Ash. Evil Dead would be. Was it Evil Dead? Army of Darkness. Same. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same universe.
Mm-hmm.
It won't be Leatherface because they just did Leatherface.
Okay. So I'm hoping it's Ash, because I'm trying to think of everybody that wields a chainsaw, and I'm like, Ash would be cool because he's, already got it on him. Yeah. So it will be released on the 18th of June. But if you have the Super Hui Deluxe Fancy Dancy Edition, you get it a week early. So
Sweet.
I had really high hopes for that trailer. I was hoping that they were going to show the Shang Tsung gameplay like they did, but throughout the gameplay trailer that they would have him change into these DLC characters and reveal them one at a time throughout the gameplay. That didn't happen, but
did you notice who he changed into, though?
the ninjas.
Yeah. Wasn't that Ermac and Rain that he changed into?
So he changed into Ermac, Rain, Smoke.
Yeah.
But I think those are just base abilities. He's not going to change into them. He changes into them to perform their abilities. Those are his, probably assigned abilities.
Mm-hmm.
But there was also Reptile. And that's just their way of giving their moves to other people. Because they did the same thing with Katana. She has Melina's size.
How about
So-
that fatality though?
Kintaro.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
anyway, another cool thing though, I noticed that I'm trying to remember what it is, his ability, or what do they call it? Like his X-ray. What is it in 11?
Fatal blow.
Fatal blow is where
That was awesome.
That was awesome because he changes into Sub-Zero and Scorpion, and it's just like it's awesome. So
And then noob.
Noob, yeah. So all right, that was an IGN article, or it's all over the place. It's not really IGN. Now onto the VG 24/7 stuff. John, stay awake.
No.
RDO is
You're in the
getting.
center of the screen, stay awake.
What?
I said you're in the center of the screen. Stay awake.
Yeah.
Perfect.
RDO gets a new free roam event and new showdown called Head for the Hills. So, the new free roam event, it's right now. This week is the Wild Animal Kills Challenge, but I guess there's more coming. And yeah, I think they said you get 10 gold bars. Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
So if you want to log in, and you get a coon hat. If you always wanted to have a coon hat, now you
Raccoon.
can have raccoon, coon, same thing. Raccoon hat, and Schaefer chaps, and you get to know the new how dare you emote. We're getting close to E3, so we know that shit's coming out, and a lot of developers and a lot of people are getting all excited and they're releasing shit. So a lot of stuff is leaking. They've got a disease. It's leaking. So first Marvel Avengers game details have been leaked, and I'm excited. It's a Square Enix game, and it's going to be epic action adventure that combines cinematic storytelling and continuous single-player and co-op gameplay. You can assemble in teams up to 4 players, master abilities, customize your heroes to fit your playstyle, and combine powers to defend an ever-expanding world under constant threat. And they've also said that it's cross-platform.
Ooh.
Miguel.
And nobody knows what continuous single player means.
No, we don't, I guess.
So it's
No,
what,
I
a
wasn't-
campaign that never ends.
Nobody knows what it means.
Continuous
So is it-
single player is probably like there's no end game. Well,
Just
unless
keep
there's a. Anyway. Spoiler alert. Anyway. Next up, Call of Duty Modern Warfare. How could we not talk about it? That will also be cross-platform play, but there's no season pass.
What?
No season pass. So
That might be a good thing, right?
yeah, well, we'll
Might.
see. Might be, which means there probably will be more microtransactions since there's no season pass.
Yeah.
So there will be cross-play support between PC and consoles. So I know, Miguel, you've already said you're going to get it on PC. I think, Earl, you said you were going to get it on PC as well.
Yeah, any FPS I can't do on anything but PC. It's just programmed in me now.
Yeah.
Hey, Earl, do you have any consoles?
I do. I have a PS3 and a Wii and a PS4.
Modern Warfare eliminated the season pass. Activision will instead deliver more free maps and content. That's what they're saying. And they will have post-launch events to all players. So, yeah, we can guarantee to see more of that at E3 in the coming weeks. Last up, this is real quick. I don't want to get in depth with this, but congratulations, gamers. Gaming disorder is officially a disease. According to the World,
Issues.
according to the World Health Organization,
Everything's a disease.
yeah, it's officially listed as a disease.
What's the prescription?
It describes as a pattern, or what the prescription is, probably rehab. As far as I know, it's rehab.
Rehab.
Yeah,
How do you?
Like, it's not playing or what?
yeah.
Going
They lock you up and you can't play anything. You can't even.
They make you go outside. Jack,
They make
as
you
your
go
rehab.
camping.
They make you go take a walk around the block.
Yeah.
They have PA classes, Gamers Anonymous.
Yeah.
Say we have problems. Crazy.
But so it describes as a pattern of gaming behavior, digital gaming, video gaming, characterized by impaired control over gaming, increasing priority given to gaming over other activities to the extent that gaming takes precedence over other interests and daily activities, and continuation or escalation of gaming despite the occurrence of negative consequences. So, it's official. Yeah. I don't
Yes,
know what
Miguel?
to say.
I just self-diagnosed myself, so what do I do now?
Rehab.
What's the next step?
I'm not saying I mean
Rehab's for quitters.
no. So exactly.
I love it.
I do understand that they recognize it as a disease, but until I can get like workman's comp, until they say you can get workman's comp for it, I don't have anything. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I don't play video games.
Earl, any thoughts?
play me.
I don't know. I mean, a disease, like, is it contagious? I mean,
I think they categorize it under like a mental disease, like a
mental illness?
Sure.
yeah,
Disorder?
it's
Mental
like it's a
disorder?
disorder. But they call it a disease. But I think it's more of a disorder, like a mental
Yeah.
disorder, than an actual like, oh, I coughed on somebody. Oh, now you got gaming
Yeah.
disease.
I don't know. I just feel like it's a cop out for making a decision as an adult. Like, oh, I can't go to work because I have to play this game. Like, I'm sorry, that's not. I mean, if you've got the PTO and stuff still getting taken care of at home, I've had days where I play hooky.
Today.
Yeah, today I went and watched Aladdin with my wife,
Huh.
but only because I worked the entire last weekend. Like, so it was it wasn't that they didn't know that I was going to call it off. I told them a week ago that I was going to take it off. So, but
It's not playing hooky. That's like a scheduled vacation. Playing hooky is like, I'm not coming in today. Click.
yeah, I guess.
And
Or
then
not
you
even
go-
call.
And you go click, 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 click all over your keyboard.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I have a cool relationship with my bosses where I just kind of tell them that I'm not coming in. So
It's good.
I do see it as a t-shirt campaign. So I think we will have a t-shirt campaign that says "I've got gaming disease."
yeah.
There you go.
I have a gaming disorder.
You'll offend somebody that way.
I don't
Let's do
care.
it.
Yeah.
Let's do it. I love it.
Yeah.
Right.
Uh,
So, yeah, that's it for the news, guys.
right on. All right, let's move on over to our dates. Demonic, you ready, buddy?
Demonic states, keeping us on track with what video games are coming out soon.
Yeah, so I have dates from Wednesday. We're recording this on Friday, by the way. I ignore the group message because it irritates the shit out of me. So I didn't know. So I didn't know we weren't recording, and I got all my shit ready. So we're gonna go from Wednesday. So 529, Among the Sleep on the Switch, and Vectronom on the Switch, and DayZ on PlayStation 4. 530, Gato Roboto on the Switch, Outer Wilds on Xbox. 531, which is actually today, Nero Nothing Ever Remains Obscure on the Switch, Golem Gates on the Switch and Xbox, Kododama, The Seven Mysteries of Fujisawa on the Nintendo and the PlayStation.
You're doing good. Doing
What?
better than I usually do.
Yeah, you're doing real good, man.
Pix Arc on PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch. Kotodama, The Seven Mysteries of Fujisawa is also on PlayStation. I didn't combine those. Trover Saves the Universe on PlayStation. Spartan is streaming Fortnite.
You just get a notification.
I did.
Nice.
6-3, Petoon's Party. Hey, look, Spartan's streaming Fortnite. Petoon's Party, PlayStation 4. And then 6-4, we have Warhammer, Chaos Bane, Xbox and PlayStation. Effie on PlayStation. Time Spinner on Switch. Elder Scrolls Online elsewhere. The goal is to see how long Joe can hold out. Yeah, it's good. You're gonna get it.
There's his gaming disease catching up right there.
Oh my
Every
god.
2 or 3 months, you just have to go back to it.
I do.
You get tired
There's something.
of Star Wars.
Hey, they have a better ending than Game of Thrones, so
Yeah,
I'm not gonna drop that. Sorry, it's still bugging me.
Like I said last week, you've clearly never watched Dexter.
Chris,
Which I'm watching Dexter again.
Chris,
Yes, Chris.
Yeah, Miguel, did you say Time Splitters for the Switch? Was that a title that you said? Time Splitters or Time Splitter?
Spinner.
Spinner. Okay, never mind.
Like, fidget spinner.
Yeah, got it.
Time spinner.
Gotcha. I was like, holy
Okay.
shit, Time Splitters.
Anyways, last one is As Divine Dios on Xbox, and that's everything coming out, or that came out this week, or is coming out over the next 4 days or so.
Sweet. All right. Well, it's time.
Painless.
All right. So it's time for the more you know with John. John, you ready, buddy, with the Joker drone?
Si, senor.
Ladies and gentlemen, step right up, step right up. Come on down. It's time for the more you know with the Joker drone.
All right, this week on The More You Know, we have our very special guest, Mr. Rodgers, aka Earl. He's a longtime friend of mine. I think we started hanging out when I was 12 or he was 12. I don't know. I'm 34 now, so it's been a long time. We actually started hanging out. We share the same birthday. I was born a year before him, so that's how we started our friendship.
We have a question.
Question.
2 things. Why do you share dates with people all the time?
he's a share date guy.
Yeah, I don't know. I pick the best. I pick the best dates.
Why
so...
aren't you the dates guy? Why is it me?
And
then
yeah,
I'm trying to remember your bird story.
Oh yeah,
was that with Earl?
that was with
Yes.
Earl. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
That was
Earl
with Earl.
is the special friend who loves to share so much that when he got shit on by a bird, he decided to wipe it on me.
It's a great.
Thank you,
story.
Earl. Thank
It is a
you.
great
Thank
story.
you.
Now that I see Earl, makes sense. I can
Yeah.
see him doing that. I can see
Yeah.
him doing that.
I'm walking maybe a step in front of him, and he gets a bird poops on his arm, and his first reaction is to wipe it on my back. And I'm like, he goes, ew, and then I feel something on my shoulder. I'm like, what the heck? What did you just do? He's like, I got bird poop on me. So you
Nice.
wiped it on me?
Yeah.
So yeah.
You're
So then we
welcome.
went to out QFC. It was QFC, right?
UFC. Yeah.
Yeah. We were walking from Earl's house to Hollywood Video where my brother worked, and we went into QFC to get the bird poop off of his arm. And when we were done cleaning off the back of my shirt and his arm, we opened the door to leave the bathroom, and it was one of those bathrooms. It's just a single bathroom, no stalls. And there's a dude standing outside of the door, and both of us froze. And I don't know who said it, but one of us goes, "It's not what it looks like." And the dude, without missing the beat, goes, "I'm not judging."
That probably also was Earl that said that. That's good to see him saying that.
What a beautiful story.
Yeah.
Oh,
So that's that was before we could drive. So
Have I told them?
15
Have
or
you told them the
16?
story of the first time you spent the night at my house?
No.
No,
Oh,
I haven't. No, I haven't. Go for it, Earl.
So me and John were just brand new friends, and of course, when you're young and you play video games, you want someone to play video games with. So we're playing video games at my house, and it's time to go to sleep. And we just kind of fall asleep in front of the TV. We just kind of switch it off or whatever. And I'm on the couch, and John's in his sleeping bag right next to the couch. And we're getting ready to go to bed, kind of just settling in for the night. And all of a sudden, I start hearing this. And I'm like, what the heck is going on? And I hear just that rubbing rhythmic sound. And I'm like,
Hold on. It doesn't help.
No,
that
let him
you
finish.
set it up
No, you don't get to
without,
defend.
using your hand.
Let
I
him
mean,
finish,
come
dog.
on.
Let him finish.
but that's just, I hear this. And I'm like, dude, I just met this guy. Like, I don't know what to do. Like, do you confront him? Do you just let it go? And I don't remember if did I confront you about it that night?
Yeah, you
Oh.
did.
Okay, what did I don't remember what I
You're
said.
like, what are you doing? Growing up, I have restless leg syndrome. So I move my feet while I'm sleeping, and the sound he's hearing is my feet in my sleeping bag rubbing back and forth. So yeah, actually, once I got diagnosed with my narcolepsy, the mild form I have, that actually stopped. I don't do that anymore. So I don't move my feet while I'm asleep anymore.
It's a likely story, but
Yeah.
Not it.
It was
If we
my
ever go
feet.
to a
What did it-
convention, not it. Not sharing a bed with him. I've shared a bed with Miguel and Chris. I'm not sharing a bed with John. Sorry.
It was my feet, but I don't have that problem anymore.
I started taking medicine, so I actually sleep more sound than I ever have, and so like I don't have light sleep, which is what the restless leg syndrome was from.
so now when you hear rhythmic rubbing, now it's not your feet.
Yeah.
No,
So now we
it's
know.
definitely not my feet. So now you know if you hear rhythmic rubbing. Yeah. So I actually
Title.
went to a
It's the new title.
actually went to a church camp
I got it.
when I was like 18. Rhythmic rubbing.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. So I actually went to a church camp when I was like 15, and we had a bunch of, or I was maybe 17. We had a bunch of kids my age, all in the same cabin, and I was on the top bunk, and I was asleep, and I still had restless leg syndrome. So the next day, somebody's like, "Who was making that rubbing noise all night?" I was like, "Oh, it was me. I have restless leg syndrome." Yeah,
Oh,
it was.
awesome.
Yeah, definitely an awkward moment. Thank you, Earl.
Yeah.
Thank you, Earl.
Earl, that's amazing.
We could have called you like Restless Leg Drone or something instead of the Joker Drone.
Yeah.
Or Rhythmic Rubbing Drone. That sounds so much better.
You should trademark that phrase.
Right?
Rhythmic rubbing.
Rhythmic rubbing.
Woo!
I'm sorry for getting us so sidetracked.
Well, that's just a little bit about my history with Earl. So, yeah. So, Earl, earlier we talked, Earl's got a PlayStation 4, a PlayStation 3, and
And a
his PC. Oh, and a Wii.
And my PC.
So,
yeah.
he plays mostly on PC. Earl, you want to talk about your favorite games and what you like to play the most?
Oh, I didn't know we were doing this. All right.
I don't know.
Get
You're
under
on the
that
spot.
bus.
You're on the spot.
Surprise!
It's okay earlier. Still not in the middle of the screen, so
Yeah. And rhythmic rubbing.
yeah, I see you rhythmically rubbing your beard.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, mostly I play Insurgency Sandstorm. It's the first game I think I've gone over 100 hours on.
Oh, nice.
I think I just hit 484 is what Steam says. And so yeah, that's mostly the game I played. I've played a lot of, like, growing up, played a lot of Grand Theft with John back when it was the above top view. Remember that? And,
Yeah. You and my brother beat Silent Hill.
I don't think you played a single minute.
I did not play a single minute of that game. I watched you guys play it, but I never played it.
Chicken.
Yeah. That was a great ending, by the way. That game was fantastic. So,
Miguel.
question.
You ever play The Witcher 3?
You know what? The whole reason I bought a new PC, like my last PC was a laptop, was because of The Witcher 3. A friend gifted it to me a couple months ago, and I realized that my laptop couldn't handle it. And so I got a new PC because of The Witcher 3. And,
So that's a yes.
Have you played
yes.
it? Okay.
I've played a little bit of it. I played it about as far as John got because I was listening to the podcast. It's great.
Don't listen to him.
I played it up until Insurgency came out, and then I switched over. I do plan on going back to it. I did enjoy it. The last time I played, like, I remember John was saying on the last podcast that he got burned out because of Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah.
And I loved the first one of Red Dead Redemption, and so I don't know. I really like that genre altogether, the fantasy genre, and I like the main character. He's I don't know. I find them relatable, at least for me.
Just wait
So-
till the TV series.
Oh yeah,
Netflix.
didn't they just film? They just finished filming on that one.
Yeah.
I heard.
Netflix.
So, yeah, I'm excited about that. Yeah, other than that, I've played a lot of Borderlands 2. Shoot, just so many games. I know. Yeah, it's just been a lifelong thing of gaming, and
So
That's
what
my
would you
element.
say is your sorry?
No, go ahead, John. Go ahead.
What would you say is your favorite type of game genre?
FPS by far.
First person shooter.
Yeah, I did console for years and years just because that's what I grew up with. So like my first FPS I think was on console was Halo. I mean that was you and me,
Yeah.
John, back in
Yeah.
the day. Just
Yeah.
Halo Modern Warfare, and
Back when I created Captain Willie.
Yep. And I just remember getting those LAN parties together.
Yeah.
We'd
Jared and Jason.
Yep.
Yeah.
And just the smell of Doritos, Old Spice, and
Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew. Yeah.
And, the
And rhythmic
sound of
rubbing.
RLS.
The sound of rhythmic rubbing.
Oh shit.
But yeah, that's pretty much what got me into FPS was Halo. Like I played Doom, Duke Nukem back in the day, but it was Halo that really started me. And then
Fuck yeah.
Side note: Miguel doesn't like Halo.
Oh, question.
what's up?
Are you going to get Xbox? You said you didn't have one, but
Or
or are you going to play Halo on the PC?
Probably gonna play it on the PC. Okay. Just anything FPS, I have trouble on consoles. Like I started off in consoles, but just I've gotten so my muscle memory has gone to garbage as far as like my thumb.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just so used to Twitch killing with my mouse that I get frustrated with using my thumbs. So,
Xbox does support keyboard and mouse now too, so
Mhm.
put that up for you.
that might win me back over, but
For some things.
For some things, yeah. Very true.
Okay. I know. I
Don't let them
got,
fool you.
I got burned out when I got red ringed with the 360s.
Oh yeah, the red ring of death.
That ruined Xbox for me. Just
Did it happen to you more than once?
It did, and after the third or fourth fix, I was like, no, I'm not doing this anymore, and so just too many hours of.
My day one Xbox One, which now is in the hands of my nephews, it still runs great. So I think they've addressed some of those issues.
Yeah.
For the audio listeners, John is muted at the moment.
On the cell phone.
Yeah.
My wife is gone, and she called me, so I wanted to answer and tell her I'll call her back.
Nice.
Good husband. Good husbanding.
Yes. Very good.
Well, welcome, Earl.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, Earl.
Side note, aside from gaming, football, yes, no, kind of, maybe.
Yeah. Oh, this
Yeah,
is a sore
Earl.
subject.
Oh yeah, Earl, tell us about your football fandom. Please do.
Team?
I'm from Seattle, so I'll always have a soft spot in my heart for the Seahawks.
Okay.
But
But there's I didn't. But
Joe's
yeah.
gonna love this. Joe's gonna love this.
My homestead is officially a Broncos homestead.
Beautiful.
you said donkeys wrong. I'll just say it for Joe.
Earl's wife is a hardcore Broncos fan.
Yeah, she's been a
And,
fan since the 90s, and
So
just
he took Earl's balls and put them in her purse, and now he is a Broncos fan. Unless they're playing the Seahawks. And then he's secretly a Seahawks fan and still roots for the Broncos.
Yep, and in her purse my balls shall remain, because there's no better place.
I love it. That's perfect.
There you go.
But yeah, Broncos, although everything that they've done in the past couple of years has just hurt me since Peyton Manning. I'm just like, what are you guys doing? But what do I know?
Joe, how do you feel about the Broncos?
1, nothing rhymes with orange. And 2,
Look on his face is classic.
God, the Broncos. Ugh.
Well, you guys have given them a run for their money these last couple of years with
Yeah, but I guess the hatred started back when Elway was there, and
Elway's still there, so it's just there.
but he's not throwing balls around.
But he's still there.
Yeah.
But he's
No,
still
it's
there.
tough to have. It's tough to have them or have had them in your division. That's
Well, the Seahawks used to be in our division, but they were like,
yeah.
I know.
but yeah,
It's
well,
okay. At least you didn't say Cowboys.
or Raiders.
Oof,
Yeah,
oof,
yeah.
oof, no,
Great.
The Raiders are a forbidden subject in our home.
Well, that's
I
good.
think everybody's house right now.
Yeah, my father-in-law went to a Raiders game where the Broncos were playing, and he had a Broncos jersey on, and someone just straight up at knife point in the bathroom was like, "Take off that jersey."
This sounds
He's
like
like-
a Cardinals game.
I did not experience that at a Cardinals.
No,
game.
I was shoulder to shoulder with Cardinals fans when the Chiefs were there, and it was quiet in the
Yeah.
bathroom. Nobody was saying anything.
That being said, the game that Chris and I went to last year, after we left the game, we saw on Facebook there were people in the stands like fighting it out, just throwing
Arizona
down.
side. It was the Arizona side. I'm glad I was on the Seahawks side this year.
Yeah, and it was Arizona fans fighting Arizona fans.
Yeah, they're all bitter.
I was like, "What the fuck
bullshit
is wrong
assholes.
with you?"
Yeah, I don't know,
You're
man.
rooting for the same team.
Bunch of dickheads.
I guess they're just tired of their team sucking.
What it was they were converted Cowboys fans that became Cardinals fans. That's what it was.
Okay.
Yeah. Because their
Fags.
team sucked so bad, they were like, well, we live in Arizona. We might as well pick a good team, so let's pick the Cardinals.
Yes, Miguel.
I like how John says things about like they're tired of sucking on the podcast where he's drinking out of a Cardinals cup. You whore.
Good call, Miguel. I love it.
Fuck you, Chris. Fuck the Cardinals.
I have a Cardinals cup that I got at the stadium when I was there with Chris and
I
his
know,
brother
it's rocking
and
it.
my buddy Doug. And I bought the souvenir cup because why not?
Yeah, why not?
But
I
that doesn't
wasn't
mean
gonna
you
go
have
buy
to
a
drink
jersey.
out of it.
Why not? It's a cup. It's not drinking out of it is just a waste of a perfectly good cup. Just because it's got an ugly logo on it doesn't mean I can't use it.
Hey now. Whoa.
I also have a Seahawks cup.
Pump
That
the
one's
brakes.
better. The Seahawks one is better.
Get out of here.
I agree.
Damn it.
Fuck you, Chris.
Although,
Unless
I
you're on the
will
1
say-
yard line.
I will say the Cardinals cup is actually slightly larger than the Seahawks cup
That's right. That's right.
because they suck more.
Oh, you asshole.
Careful you
You're
don't
welcome.
choke with that. You bet. Yeah. Cool.
So, anybody else have any questions for Earl?
Marvel or DC?
I'm gonna have to go Marvel. DC's just well.
Dumb characters. DC's dumb characters. Thank you.
I feel
Fuck
like
you, Joe.
DC has screwed up the movie world, but I really enjoyed DC's like their animated series.
Thank you.
Really,
Yeah.
really great.
Have you
I
seen
just-
Assault on Arkham?
I think so. I know the most recent one I watched, which my wife was like, "What the?" was Batman versus Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, I skipped
Which-
that one.
It's fantastic.
Really?
Like it was lots of one-liners, and like I think they knew people going into it would be like, I don't know about this, but it was really good. It was well written. It was a good dialogue, and yeah.
Better than Killing Joke?
See, I didn't enjoy Killing Joke.
I didn't either.
I was very saddened by it, and there's enough sadness in my life, so
I mean, John's a part of your life, so.
Question, what's up?
Chris.
Yeah, Star Wars or Star Trek?
I was going to ask
Pretty
that.
easy.
Oh, I feel more invested into the Star Wars world, whereas I grew up on the Star Trek world, but I never engaged in it all that much. Like I never pursued it to the
Welcome
extent.
to the
so.
dark side.
Well, that was going to be my next question. Dark
Yeah.
side or light?
Oh,
Sith or Jedi?
Jedi.
Sith or Jedi?
My wife hates me for this, but I relate to the Sith. Like, I get it.
Earl's in. That's it. Earl's in.
They know what needs to be done, and they kind of a chaotic neutral, I guess, or chaotic evil. Like they want to do what they think is best for the world, and it's not. I don't know. They're just trying to do what they think is right. So I relate to that. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sounds like Thanos.
I feel like I'm being replaced.
Might happen.
Why,
I
what do you,
mean,
John?
my question
just-
my question for Joe was, he's in, but so you're overlooking the Denver donkey portion, right?
I can look that over, because the fact that he says because he's in Seattle, his heart follows Seattle, but his wife's got, his balls in her purse and she's a diehard Broncos. So I could look past that. I don't have quarrels with the Broncos. I mean, right now, just in the AFC West division, I know everybody's probably hating the Chiefs because we've won the West like 4 years straight, but everybody's the enemy of my enemy is my friend. So right now we all hate the Patriots and we all hate Tom Brady. So
Amen.
thank you.
Preach it.
Except
Preach
for this guy over here with the beard. He's go Tom Brady.
Tom Brady went to Michigan. Go Blue.
Oh, whatever. Michigan.
Well,
whatever.
really, you're rooting for him being from Michigan, but not for him being
A
with
Patriot.
New England, right?
Yeah, well, now they have Chase Winovich also, who just graduated from Michigan, and I really liked him too. So,
I don't really see that as being a Patriots fan. You're a
Yeah.
Michigan fan.
well, I'll be honest though. My grandpa's from Boston, and he rooted for the Patriots and the Red Sox. So whenever we saw him, and we were always like cheering for the Red Sox and the Patriots. So I have a soft spot for the Patriots. I don't hate them.
Mm.
Earl,
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter?
Ooh, Mortal Kombat all the way.
I totally missed that. My monitor went to sleep. Sorry.
Mortal Kombat all the way. Just I grew up playing a lot of both, but I remember filling up entire sketchbooks of just Mortal Kombat characters ripping out things, and I remember
Ripping out hearts.
Yeah, like I remember my teacher said it, like, because I went to a Christian school for part of
Yeah.
my life, and the teacher sitting me aside like, Earl, all you draw are these violent images, and I'm like, because they're awesome. So,
Fuck yeah.
yeah. But anyways, Mortal Kombat is just I've always loved the gore and just the creativity that goes into it, I feel like. And yeah, like I just have always really enjoyed that series. I haven't been playing it lately. Like, I've wandered away from the fighting genre. I just feel like I think Chris had mentioned this, like, I'm just not a memorizing combos guy. It's just not. I like to spam.
Fuck yeah, dude. I love
Just,
it.
Like, give me a 5-second move and I'm just gonna spam you with it the whole time.
Jump and kick, uppercut,
Yeah.
jump and kick.
Yeah. Like, I think what was that one game I played? Marvel vs. Capcom. It was that the bad guy with the black glasses. What's his name? Striker.
Bad guy with the black glasses.
Yeah, he was in Resident Evil. He was the main
Weapon
bad guy.
X, or he's like Code Veronica, right?
He has like
Resident-
blonde hair.
Yeah, Resident Evil X, Code Veronica. I think that's what his name was. Or
Yeah.
that's not his name. That's the game he was from. I don't remember his name.
yeah.
But yeah. I remember. I know who you're talking about.
I would just spam his teleportation and then hit. And
Oh, so you're a noob Cybot player.
You would love Noob
yeah.
and Kung Lao.
Yeah, or like Scorpion, it was always the teleport. Like, I think he has a teleport
Yep.
one where he
Teleport
shows up
kick.
behind you and-
Yep.
Yeah.
Comes up underneath. Yep.
Yeah. Over and over till I make them mad, and then they rage quit, and
Love it.
I was happy.
Makes me happy too, dude.
So
Anybody else or Earl? Do you have any questions?
Got anything for us?
no, I think I didn't know that I was asking questions. Otherwise, I would have been prepared. But
Yeah. Way to go, John. Way to prepare the guest.
yeah,
Hey,
he
son
only-
of a bitch.
He's doing great. He's fitting right in. He fits into this podcast better than I do.
Because he doesn't fall asleep during the news.
Well, he's also played a lot more games than I have. He's on top of games more than I am. I kind of feel like the fifth wheel now.
Oh, did you ever play Overwatch? Because I know I haven't played with you, and I played on PC with John. So just
No.
that was something we played a lot of. So I figured.
No, I did not touch Overwatch.
I tried to get him to play it when I started playing it, and he said it wasn't his type of game.
Yeah,
Which means Paladins isn't his type of game either, Joe.
That's
and
fine.
Chris.
That's fine. He doesn't play Overwatch. That's okay.
Yeah, I think my biggest qualm with some of those games, like I don't feel like it should take half my clip to down someone. It should be one shot, you slow down, second shot, you should be dead. That's just
Then you probably wouldn't like Division.
no. That's why I've been listening to the podcast, and I'm like,
Bullet spongy.
yeah. What's up, Chris?
Yes, Chris.
Speaking of FPSs, have you played Ghost Recon? Because you're talking about one clip down, and I know old school Ghost Recon, not the new ones, the old school
Rainbow
on
Six.
the.
Yeah, no, I did play that back in the day, back on the I think either the 360 version or even older than that. I think the original Xbox. I played it on that one, and so really enjoyed. Yeah, just the tactical, like telling your team which way to go and all that was very enjoyable for me. So,
Fuck yeah.
yeah,
Sweet.
yeah.
So, my last question, Earl.
Everybody
Did I
froze.
just go robot
No,
I'm
everybody
good.
froze on Earl's.
Frozen?
Everybody's good.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
Can you hear us?
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Now you guys are
okay.
back.
Cool.
There you go. All right.
I'll cut that out.
My last question, Earl. What do you think of our podcast? If you could give an iTunes review, what would you
I'd
say?
give you guys, just the highest rating possible. I think it's a diverse group, lots of different backgrounds and different opinions. I love that you guys don't all agree with each other.
Fuck you, Miguel.
Whoa!
I just had to throw that out there. Because you said "fuck you, Joe" when I said DC dumb characters. So
I guess I'm no longer saying that Joe's cool when I.
hey, we
And,
have it on record. But
Yeah, and I drive around most of the day for my work. I'm a pediatric hospice nurse, and in between patients, I listen to you guys, and it is a nice welcomed. It's like being able to hang out with people because I'm mostly on my own out in the field, and so that's good. It's a nice lighthearted break from kids dying.
Yeah,
definitely.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
But,
So I guess I do have a follow-up question. Have you
Shit.
reviewed us on iTunes yet?
I do not have iTunes,
Oh.
so
iTunes is going away. So
What do you listen to us on?
Google Play.
Have you reviewed us on Google Play yet?
I don't think it has a reviewing thing. Not that I saw.
All right. Last thing I got. Would you like to? You can say no. Would you like to throw out a "fuck you, Chris" in this podcast? Would you like to join that group?
I feel like with my handle of Mr. Rodgers, I actually will pass.
All right. Understandable.
I haven't said it.
Friend.
Yeah, it's just that I don't know.
Good neighborly friend.
Yeah, no, I try to keep things positive. There's enough
All right.
negativity in this world. Not that you guys are being negative about it, but
Fuck you, Chris. I love you, buddy. Love you too.
Don't worry, I don't get offended by that. Just so you know, it's cool.
No. It's totally it's one of my I enjoy that part of the it's like a not really an inside joke, but it's part of the show, I guess.
Yeah.
It's like our theme.
Yeah.
It's our mission statement.
It's our slogan.
If we're talking about it being on a team,
Yeah.
Be on a shirt. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So So welcome, Earl, Mr. Rodgers, to the Console Drones podcast. Thanks for being a faithful listener and hanging out with us.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Yes, Joe.
I just real quick, in the shortest answer possible. I don't remember who you picked for the bracket for the hero villain bracket.
Oh yeah.
Who was your winner? I think you said Dark Phoenix or
No, I
I think
picked
you picked Deadpool.
I picked Deadpool,
Deadpool,
but
okay.
not necessarily because of his powers or Doctor Strange was a fantastic. I was super happy with that ending, but my defense of Deadpool is he's the only character that's self-aware that he's a character. And
Okay.
I feel like if you were to get in a match with, I think I text John this. If you were to get in a match with Doctor Strange or anyone, he would step out of the cell and he would burn the comic book. And yeah, just I don't know. That was just kind of his edge.
That's going deep. I mean, that's like
I think you just blew Joe's mind.
you just yeah. We're gonna change the winner to Deadpool now, and it's like Earl
But
wins.
who did he lose to?
Don't
John.
John. Who did
What?
Deadpool lose to?
He lost the first round, didn't he?
Yeah, but do you remember who?
Hang on. I can
Don't worry about looking it up. I was just
just
No, I'm looking it
No,
up.
look it up, but we'll continue on, but then come back and yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I remember in the game Marvel vs. Capcom 3, like his Ultra, he would grab his life bar off of the screen and start smacking the person with it, and I was just like, oh, like that's such a like creative, yeah, just he's self-aware, and so yeah, that was kind of my.
Yeah, that's a fucking solid answer, dude.
Yeah.
That's,
Have you
I
seen-
didn't even think of that.
Have
That's
you
crazy.
seen all of the Avengers movies? Have you seen
Yes.
Endgame
Yes.
and
Yes.
yeah, okay.
I was talking to my wife about this. When I went into Infinity War, I didn't know that there was going to be Endgame, and just because I avoid anything Marvel, as far as any news or
Right.
trailers, spoilers, nothing. And so, yeah, we watched the entirety of the series before watching Infinity War. I think we took like 2 months to do it, and it was fantastic. But yeah, Infinity War was heart-wrenching.
And you haven't seen Endgame yet?
I have. It was
Okay, you did say it.
fantastic. Like,
Did you
just
have any allergies in the theater?
allergies in the theater?
It's John's excuse.
Oh. I think a little bit. I think I just it was more tears of joy. Like I was just so like I feel like the past generations have been like, man, I was there for Star Wars when it first came out. And I was there for, just name the series. And I feel like this one's one that I can be like, yeah, I was there when Endgame came out, and I watched everything since Iron Man, since the Hulk, since Blade, and I've just been a faithful
Blade.
Marvel fan for years and years and years. And,
Who is possibly making a return, by the way. There
That
are
would be
talks
fantastic.
with Wesley Snipes coming back as Blade.
Is he out of jail?
fantastic.
What's that?
Is he out of jail?
I think so.
He
Yeah, I
might
think
be,
so.
yeah.
He's ready for some more tax evasion.
Yeah. So Deadpool lost to Silver Surfer, who then got beat by Spider Bitch.
Ooh,
Silver Surfer?
Well,
Silver Surfer.
Rough.
eh,
Didn't that come down to a Facebook poll?
Probably.
it did.
I think we voted. We agreed that Silver Surfer would beat Deadpool. But I think Spider-Man Silver Surfer was a Facebook poll.
It was.
Right, that, yeah.
And it won by popularity. That's all.
It's bullshit.
Alrighty.
Our
I don't want to talk
wrong.
about that. I don't want to talk about that. That's not bullshit.
Let's not open up old wounds.
Because Captain
Yeah.
Marvel wouldn't have lost to Sub-Zero, by the way.
Let's move along.
Yeah, let's
Let's not open up old
time for
wounds.
some healing.
Move along.
On that note, we're going to move on to...
Hang on.
go
Earl,
on.
one more question. Do you have any
Yeah.
suggestions for another bracket or contest for us to do? If not, just think about it. You can answer later. Whatever.
I don't know. Maybe if the listener sent in like, shoot, I don't know. I don't like maybe have people send like their highlight reel stuff. I don't know, something fun.
Oh, that's a good call, actually. I like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And
Record some
just,
gameplay and send it in, and we pick who.
If you can beat Miguel at Mortal Kombat 11 online, we'll give you...
yeah,
Team
contest. So that could be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On Xbox.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe hosting like a thing where you guys play a game that's multiplayer and then have invite listeners to come play with you guys. I don't know.
Okay.
RDO,
cool.
Division 2.
Yeah.
It's legit.
Well, we got to find something that's cross-platform.
John needs 8 players.
Rocket League.
Call of Duty.
Yeah, I'm excited about Call of Duty coming out. That sounds fantastic. I'm excited that there's going to be people playing on console and mixing with PC players.
But-
Yeah, I hope the chat will work unless we all have to get on Discord.
But the thing that's going to be messed up is the fact that Xbox has their new regulations on voice chat and what's offensive. So
Oh, yeah.
Go kick some
Well-
bricks, Chris.
Xbox can't.
sorry.
They can't punish someone on PlayStation though. So. Or on PC.
That's true.
But if you're talking about talking crap, yeah, you can't talk crap.
Right. No, but if somebody on PC was to report somebody on Xbox, then yeah.
I doubt they can.
All right. Well, that's gonna wrap up the more you know this week.
All right, so we're gonna move on down to our what the fucks for the week. Do you guys have any what the fucks? Miguel.
Earl, you said you don't have a PlayStation 4. You do. I've heard two different.
I do.
Okay.
I don't have an
Okay.
Xbox.
Well, never mind. I will not go on that rant. But something I learned today because I was dicking around in the Epic Games Store. Epic Games Store has Detroit Become Human, Heavy Rain, and Beyond Two Souls PlayStation exclusive games, or they were, on the Epic Games Store. So if you don't have a PlayStation, you have a PC, you can play those amazing games via the Epic Games Store. So that caught me by surprise. I was like, what the fuck? Yes, Chris.
Usually exclusive games have a contract, so they probably went out of their contract and now
They're made by Sony.
maybe there was a contract for them to say within a few years we can go to Epic or that sort of thing to make money. I don't know how it works. Fuck it, never mind.
Maybe Sony's gonna buy Steam to compete against Microsoft.
Could be.
Steam hates Microsoft, so
Well, Epic probably needed
Yeah.
some reason to win people over. So, I mean, everybody's got a price. They probably just paid Sony enough for those titles.
Yep.
And I don't know if you guys heard or not, but Xbox now has Game Pass for the PC.
Is it official?
Yeah.
I know that they were. I read going into E3 predictions. I was like, I don't have any predictions, so I googled E3 predictions, and that was one of the things that I think an IGN article predicted.
No, I think that it's already been.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay. Two more.
Okay.
Gold, Xbox Live Gold. It appears that the games are actually becoming newer, higher tier games. I looked at it yesterday. They have a newer golf game. I mean, it looks like a AAA title that they were offering with Gold for May. And then for July, they're giving away NHL 19, which clearly that's a EA newer game. So it looks like they're stepping up what they're offering with Gold.
Nice.
And then also, what the fuck? I had dehydrated watermelon. First of all, why would you dehydrate a watermelon?
Yeah, the juice is the best part.
A coworker brought it in, and it was weird.
That would be weird.
Why would you dehydrate a watermelon? It's a watermelon, but
So like dehydrated lettuce would be like fish food, flakes.
Yeah.
cornflakes,
Yeah.
basically. That's all I got.
Sweet. Joe, what you got, buddy?
All right. I'm not a big NBA person, but I just can't help but see it because I follow Sports Center and I follow First Take, Stephen A. Smith, and all Uproar, whatever. Max Kellerman. The whole Drake thing. It's like, I don't know. It's like, sit down and shut the fuck up. I'm sorry, but Drake does not need to have his 2 cents on the court. The NBA needs to do something to keep his ass in his seat and away from off the floor. So far, other than I think who is it? Even Spike Lee when he was like that, but he was in his seat. Jack Nicholson, he doesn't get up when the Lakers do whatever. I mean, there's nobody that's like that into their team. I get it. You're a Canadian, big whoopity-doo. Sit down. That's all I got. That's one. What the fuck, Chris? What?
I was just gonna say what happened. I missed that
So
with Drake.
he's Drake. He's a huge. I guess he's the #1 fan of the Toronto Raptors right now. And right now, if you don't know, in the finals, it's the Toronto Raptors versus the Golden State Warriors, who is like the reinvented Lakers of California. Whatever. The Lakers have turned into the Clippers. The Golden State Warriors have turned into the Lakers. But basically, he's what was it, the last series, he got up out of his chair and he was like rubbing the coach's like shoulders and stuff and was like, yeah, cheering on. He's talking trash to all the NBA players, and it's like, when is the NBA going to say you've had enough, you need to sit down or you can leave? But they're using this publicity stunt to promote the NBA finals because, let's be realistic, nobody really watches NBA anymore. Actually, baseball has had higher ratings than NBA right now. And wow. I think First Take, Stephen A. and Max Kellerman, they talked about NFL was number one, obviously. The number two, depending on what time of the year, it's mostly MLB because there's so many games. And then it's NBA and then NHL right behind NBA, like by this much. But it's like they're using it as a publicity stunt, and it's like, I get it, Drake, he's a high status icon, but realistically, man, just sit down and shut up. But he was talking trash to the Golden State Warriors. He was talking trash to the Milwaukee Bucks. And yeah, I'm just the Toronto Raptors won the first game of the series, and now it's going on to game 2 with the Golden State Warriors. And I'm hoping the Golden State from here on out, they just sweep. And they say, Drake, you were best when you were in Degrassi in a wheelchair. So shut the fuck up.
Tired of Golden State winning. Go Toronto.
I don't care. I don't care because I don't really watch it.
They're the Patriots of fucking basketball, Joe.
I don't watch it anymore because there's nothing as great as watching Kobe, as watching Jordan, as watching... That's when I grew up. I grew up when basketball was great. There weren't bonus points. There weren't, Dennis Rodman was in the paint, like elbowing people in the face. Shaq was teabagging people when he dunked, and it was like Charles Barkley. Yeah, breaking backboards. Excuse me. But yeah, it's just like basketball sucks now. Traveling. Have you seen the videos of James Harden like taking 5 steps back and then shooting the ball, and the refs aren't calling it? I'm like, I'm not watching basketball anymore. This is stupid. I'm gonna take 5 steps and then shoot the ball and not get a whistle for traveling because Kawhi Leonard, when they did that game-winning shot or that game-winning dunk or whatever it was, when he received the ball, he traveled right when he got the ball, and the refs didn't blow the whistle. And then the Raptors would have lost that game, and then Drake would have been like, maybe I should go back to acting. But whatever. This is the only way I'm watching basketball is through SportsCenter or through First Take. And just, I have more entertainment watching Skip and Shannon and Stephen A. and Max Kellerman than watching the actual game. Because, yeah, I can't take it anymore. I'm done with that. Moving on, my next what the fuck. I don't know if you guys know Xbox apps. Okay, we all know the Xbox store has apps and you can download stuff and whatever. Have you guys actually like explored all of the apps that Xbox has?
Nope.
No.
Good grief. I recently
download something when I need it.
I just recently discovered, I don't know if they have it for the PC, but the Microsoft Store has apps that you can watch, if you're interested, the full Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT, Dragon Ball Super, all of the episodes, even the movies that were released, the newest ones, all of them. And they're free. Yeah, they have ads that go around the screen, but for the most part, the viewing window is large enough that you're not like worried about it. My son's, I introduced him to Dragon Ball Z, and he's really big into it now, and I even bought the manga books from Barnes & Noble, and he's been reading those. And I said, you don't get to watch the series until you read at least 4 of the books. And he finished 4 of the books, so now he's starting to watch the series, and he's like, oh my god. I said, it's different than reading it in the book, and he's like, yes, it's so much better. So, but yeah, I found all of those apps, and they have so many more apps. There's like, good grief, like free TV. It's like a Kodi thing almost, to where you can just go in and just start downloading free apps. They may have ads, but you get to watch movies for free. So that's my what the fuck. I discovered it, and I'm hooked, and I'm starting to, look through all of the apps that they have And yeah, hopefully Microsoft doesn't listen to our podcast and doesn't remove those apps from the store.
Well, I mean, if they're in the Microsoft Store, I'm pretty sure that they're approved. It's not just like anybody can put an app on Microsoft Store.
Well, I knew they were kind of flexible when I saw the Kodi app. As soon as I saw the Kodi app on Microsoft, I was like, okay, I get it. So Microsoft's going to be open to, allowing people to view movies for free and TV for free. So, but all right, that's all I got.
Fuck yeah. Anybody else got any what the fucks this week?
Nope.
Chris,
John,
do you?
I do. I've got 3 of them. These are going to be fun. Let me pull them up real quick. All right. So, oh God. I think you guys remember last podcast where I talked about Elmo and I complained about Elmo and how annoying he is and my daughter's sucked into Elmo. Well, my wife showed her this new YouTube craze for kids. You guys ever heard of Baby Shark?
Duh. Do. Come on,
I'm
man.
pretty sure we talk about it all the time.
You guys do? Because I never paid attention to that, and I fucking see it. And it plays over and over. For the love of God, no more goddamn Baby Shark. It's so fucking annoying.
Nope, it's everywhere now, man.
I want Elmo back so bad.
Kids sing it.
Aiden
Aiden
hates it.
version that was released where it's all like auto-tuned and yeah, it's everywhere. You can't really get away from it.
I know I can't, and it's fucking ridiculous. I wake up in the morning to this bullshit, and my wife
Baby Shark, do. Baby Shark, do.
It's fucking horrible. So that's my first what the fuck. My second, go on.
I was gonna say, well, we know that Chris just ignores half the things that we say because
I do.
we talk about that sometimes.
Yep.
You guys talk about Baby Shark? I guess I just didn't understand what you're talking about. So I was like,
Probably.
sure.
That's probably
We have before. I remember talking about it.
Yeah.
How old is that? Is that like a year old, 2 years
It's
old?
like
Somewhere
4
around there.
months, 4 months, 5 months.
No,
probably.
it's older than that.
It's older than that.
Yeah.
It's within the last
Yeah,
year.
it's older because my wife she grew up singing it at some point.
Your wife
She had-
did?
Yeah, but she said that she had kind of a darker version. Like in her version that she sang it was at like a Christian camp she went to in high school, which I guess isn't that long ago because she's that old. But yeah, she said that their version, the person drowns and they try to do CPR and then they die and go to heaven. So
Wow, that's
Interesting.
I mean,
Like
the
the motions are like
version of Baby Shark that I've heard is just them saying shark, baby shark, mama shark, daddy shark,
Grandma
over and
Shark,
over again.
Grandpa
Yeah.
Shark, and then they
So I don't
say,
know-
then they sing "Runaway."
run away, and then we're safe or whatever.
We're safe. Yeah.
yeah. No, she had a much darker version that she shared with me, and I thought it was fantastic. That was the first time I'd ever heard it.
I need to look that up because I want to play my daughter that one and be like, "Fuck this." I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Oh shit. But yeah, Baby Shark, it just gets annoying after a while, over and over and over.
What?
My wife plays the 60-minute version, so it's constantly repeated, and I don't know which one the original is. There's like so many different versions of it. So
Play the dance one, the EDM one.
is there an EDM one? I'll have to
Yeah,
check
it's
that.
like an EDM one. It's all Baby Shark, doot doot doot, and then it breaks it down like doot 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 doot, doot, and then it's like a DJ just mixing
I'll check it out.
It's awesome. I watch TikTok a lot. I watch TikTok, and they do it all over TikTok. I'm sorry, that's my guilty confession. I watch TikTok. I'm sorry. I
love
do.
it, Joe.
I do.
love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone walks up on Joe and is like, well, "What are you watching there?" "Oh, it's just Pornhub." "Nah, don't worry about it. It's just Pornhub."
Yeah, no. It's Pornhub. Swipe. Yeah, that's good.
All right. So, and my second one, the other day we took my daughter, we went to go eat at Arby's, and we're like, what should we get for her to eat? And so we got her some chicken tenders, and I shit you not, Arby's has got some weird ass clone chicken because it was disgusting. It was rubbery. I wouldn't feed it to my daughter. They're feeding kids this clone chicken bullshit. It didn't taste like real chicken. Maybe Flagstaff's the only one that has the rubbery clone chicken over there at Arby's, but avoid the chicken tenders for kid meals over at Arby's because it is fucked up.
Just disclaimer for all of our listeners and all of our viewers, Chris has the worst luck when it comes to food.
It
Anywhere
does,
and everywhere he goes, he gets the shittiest food. So if
I
you
don't
want to
know
go
what
out to
it is.
dinner, don't go with Chris.
Yeah, I mean, let me
Noted.
just tell this.
I'll be there in like a month.
Yeah. Don't worry. I won't order food. You can order.
No, but
I'll
I mean,
just-
normally,
No,
like
you're not allowed to come.
Like
Oh, okay.
if we all order food, he will end up with like a Band-Aid or a hair or a fly or something in his food. He has the worst luck with food. Everyone
fucking-
else's
hold
order
on.
is fine, but he will be the one where the food is fucked up.
One story that I have, I was at my mom brought me home buca de beppo. It's like Italian food. I don't know if you guys have ever had that
Yeah,
before.
we have a couple in Seattle.
Okay. So I had that, right? And I shit you not, I was fucking eating this noodle dish and I found a fucking screw. I bit down and it was hard. I was like, what the fuck? And I pulled out a screw out of my mouth in my fucking food.
But you don't look at
I
your
mean,
food as you're eating it, or you're just like, "Ah, blah, 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 blah."
Yeah, I was a teenager, so you know how teenagers eat. You just start scarfing shit down. And I bit down and thank God I didn't swallow that shit, but it was a screw in my food. Go ahead, Miguel.
Wasn't that in a movie where like they try to like falsify?
That's Keenan and Kel. I put the screw in the tuna.
Ah, yeah, thank you.
Remember that?
Yeah,
See?
I remember that.
I watched that shit.
It was me.
I put the screw in the
put the
tuna.
screw in the tuna.
See, you remember? Yeah. So, but that shit literally happened to me at a restaurant. So, and my mom brought it home to me. So it was. I do have the worst luck.
Maybe your mom put the screw in the tuna.
She might have tried to kill me.
It's too much for two. I only need one. Here. Sorry, Chris.
Oh shit. So yeah, we didn't feed the chicken tenders to my daughter. We got some chicken nuggets that we had somewhere else and gave that to her. So
Oh, wait, to top it off, sorry to interrupt, but Jackie has the worst luck with chicken.
She does. No shit, she does.
And she's black. Oh, that's so
She
funny.
does. Oh man, we'll save that story for next episode. Joe, remind me. We'll tell that next story. I have so many good stories. All right, moving on to my next what the fuck internet service. So we've been talking about how shitty my internet is. I'm probably looking 8-bitty now still, or am I?
You're
looking all right.
You're all right.
Okay. Well, my internet service was so fucked up that first of all, I go through chat and I talk to technical services. I go through CenturyLink, and this one lady wanted to send a tech over like almost immediately, said we had several line screw ups. So I said, screw that. I'm going to call him directly. I called him directly, and the lady did a diagnostic on my internet, and she said that my lines were fucked up as far as the programming goes. And I have two DSL lines. One of my DSL 1 was programmed at 8, and the other one was programmed at 16 or something like that. And she said if they're not even, it'll fuck everything up. She didn't say it that way. She said it'll just screw everything up. She had an accent like Miguel said in the dates. That's the accent she had. So I was talking to her, and she reprogrammed my internet, and it started working perfectly. It's a lot better than it used to be, so hopefully it's better for podcast reasons, gaming, and everything else. But just the service and the lack of customer service that I got this week was kind of shitty for CenturyLink. So that was my third what the fuck this week, and yeah, that's pretty much what I got.
Well, at least your internet is better, so you can YouTube Baby Shark a lot more easier.
Yeah, thanks, buddy. Thanks. I'll get another headache. It sounds fun.
Or download TikTok.
Yeah, don't get me into that, Joe. Don't get me into that fucking rabbit hole.
No, because
I don't
Jackie would be like, "Who's that bitch? Why are you liking her videos? Who's that bitch?"
She's not like that, man. She'll let me watch them, but all right.
Not. Well,
That's
I
a
don't know. You better.
I'm not, maybe not right now. Maybe not after the second baby. I should wait. You're right.
Just a little bit.
I'll wait till later. Just a wee bit. All right, so let's move on down to our main topic of the week. We're going to be talking about our E3 predictions this week. So we're going to start off with someone who has the least predictions, and then we'll go forth with the one who has the most. So who has the least?
John.
John?
I got 3.
I only have 1.
Okay.
And he stole it from the internet.
No, I didn't.
We all did, actually.
So my E3 prediction is that Microsoft will announce a VR system for the Xbox.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah. So
Sweet. All right.
and Miguel will buy a Switch. Oh, that's not an E3. Never mind.
That's a bold prediction, though.
You admitted that you were thinking about buying one before I do. So
I know that has nothing to do with it. I'm just saying you're gonna buy one, but that's not an E3. That has nothing to do with it. So I guess in order to spin it as E3, Nintendo will announce a game that Miguel wants for the Switch, so he will buy a Switch. Those are my two predictions. That's it.
Okay. I think we'll move over to Earl. You have 3?
Yeah, well, they're kind of just generalized, which we actually kind of already covered one of them, the PC Game Pass. It sounds like it's already been announced, and that was what I was hoping for. Really excited about that, just because I feel like, I don't know, Steam users can relate to this. You just kind of hoard your games, and you're like I bought that because
it was
Anyways.
on sale.
Yeah, pretty much. And so having a Game Pass would be fantastic. So happy about that. I'm predicting there's going to be another Battle Royale game because basically they won't stop making them until people stop playing them, I think. So they're just going to cash in on that. And then
Modern Warfare Battle Royale.
Yeah, pretty much. And then
Call of Duty already said they're not doing it anymore.
yeah. So but yeah, that's just kind of a generalization. Another one, like I feel like thinking about just where I'm at, because I grew up in the NES, SNES, Sega Genesis. Now I've got a full-time job and I can buy whatever I feel like. And so I feel like the companies know that, so they're going to prey on us for just 90s nostalgia like crazy. And so they're going to revive something, bring back something that I'm just going to be like, oh my gosh, I have to play that. And so, yeah.
Twisted Metal TV show.
Well, no. But you know about the Genesis Mini, right? So the Genesis Mini is coming out, and it's going to have like all the Sonics and all the Genesis hits on it, just like the Nintendo Mini did. But Sega is releasing a Genesis Mini, and it's supposed to be either the end of this summer or by fall.
Nice.
Altered Beasts.
Yeah, Altered Beast, not even Double Dragon, but I'm trying to remember. There's so many titles.
Yeah. No, like I remember going to Kmart as a little kid and just with my dad and like looking at the wall of NES games and being like, I want all of them.
Okay.
And now being like, I can do that. And but yeah, I think they're going to bring it back. I think they're probably going to remake a bunch of things. Things that we all, like I think someone mentioned Altered Beast. I wouldn't be surprised if something like that came back.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, just something just for us who grew up in that era that they're going to revive it, try to keep the same mechanics and pay homage, which I'm excited for. I just feel like reliving our childhood is, it's a good thing to get back in touch with. So those are...
Let's limit it to parts of our childhood. I don't want to get poop rubbed on me again.
That could happen again.
It could.
Now we all know what to do with our bird poop.
Yeah, just rub it on your friend.
Yeah, just to go along,
predictions.
just go along with Earl's real quick. I just pulled up the article. So they're coming out with like 100 top titles for the PC, and they're also saying that the Game Pass, if you get it for the PC, it's also going to get you a 20% discount when buying games, and 10% on the DLC.
Oh, cool.
So
Does it have a release date when that's going to start?
they're saying June 9th.
Oh,
Well, that's soon.
But they're going to talk about it at E3. So they do a lot of stuff at E3 where it's like, do it today and you get this huge discount. So, like the day of the event.
and that starts on the 11th, doesn't it?
Yeah, 11th through 13th. But yeah, so they probably will release it on the 9th before E3.
Cool.
Okay, Chris, how many predictions do you have?
Hold on, let me pull them up. Quite a bit.
I've only got 6, so they're kind of vague. I didn't get too detailed with it,
Okay.
But basically, with the given, Xbox wins E3 because they have more exclusives. They're rumored to have at least, I think they said 15 exclusives for Xbox for Microsoft. So I'm looking at that. I'm also saying that it's going to be Ubi and more Ubisoft this year because Ubi's going to say a new Splinter Cell's coming and they're going to tease it. New Dragon Ball, the Project Z game that's supposed to be coming out, the action RPG. They're going to show more of that. Even though Sony won't be there, but they will have more titles, exclusives for PlayStation through the developers' conferences and instead of just, Sony's conference. So, and that's it, really. I didn't get too bold with it because looking at who's going to be there and who's not going to be there, I'm just kind of like, I'm just going to hold off. Obviously, I mean, I'm looking at things as Halo is going to be there, and we know Elder Scrolls is going to be there. Bethesda, they're going to have their thing. And then, obviously, EA, they're going to open like they did, what was it, last year or 2 years ago with Star Wars, where they had all the troopers come out, and that was for Battlefront 2. They're going to do the same thing with the Fallen Order. And that's it for me.
Okay. Miguel?
Oh, I have more than you. I can almost guarantee that.
All right, cool. All right, so I'm going to start off with games that I think are going to be released or gameplay being shown. So we're going to start off with Battletoads. I know last year they showed a teaser of Battletoads. I think they're actually going to show some gameplay for us this year. Let's see. I believe there's going to be a new Fable release coming out.
Ooh.
I have a feeling there might be or actually this is more of a hope, but still my prediction, a GoldenEye remake.
Oh.
Also, I'm thinking maybe a new Perfect Dark release. And then for Nintendo side of things, a new Zelda release. I think it's time for a new successor for Breath of the Wild to come out and follow the footsteps of Breath of the Wild on the Switch. Also, I know they've been teasing for the last few years Metroid Prime, and they haven't shown us gameplay for shit. So I'm hoping they show us, or they're going to show us some gameplay for Metroid Prime. And then also, I think they're going to make another successor or even rejuvenate Mario 64 for the Switch. And it's going to be available now to download on the Switch during the conference. Moving over to the Microsoft side, I believe they're going to be... Oh, sorry, I don't have you guys.
Sorry. I was just going to ask, is it going to be called Mario 64 or is it going to be called Mario Switch?
So they already have a Mario Odyssey that came out. So I'm thinking either they're going to have a brand new Mario that's going to be similar to Mario Odyssey, or even bring out some of the 64 titles. And it's actually going to be the Mario 64 port on the Switch.
Oh, okay. Port. Gotcha.
Yeah.
I got a question.
Joe?
Yeah.
You have heard the rumors that, or I don't even know if it's already out yet, but the Nintendo 64 Mini is coming out as well.
Yes, I've heard rumors of that. I didn't know if it was actually official.
Okay. Well, no, I was just wondering, because if you hadn't heard, then I could understand why you would make that prediction. But
I'm making that. Yeah. Okay. So they made an NES Mini, but they also have NES titles on the Switch. Does that make sense?
Well, yeah, because of the online service.
Right. So on the online,
but that's just NES. They haven't moved past NES and done Super NES or Nintendo 64 on the online service.
Right. These are just games that I'm predicting that are possibly coming out for the 64. Also, in my Nintendo, when I get down to the Nintendo side of things, I'll open that can of worms too. For Nintendo side of things, that I think that might happen. So, Microsoft. Let's see, 2 next-gen Xbox reveals. So they're going to reveal the new next-gen Xbox reveal, the streaming service Xboxes, and one's going to be more powerful, kind of similar to like the Scorpio and the Xbox One S and X. So I think they're going to do the new versions of that next-gen stuff. Let's see. 4 brand new IPs will be shown during the Microsoft conference. Ninja Theory should be taking a couple of those new IPs. And then announce of xCloud open beta coming soon. So there might be an open beta for xCloud is what I'm predicting. And then Halo Infinite tease gameplay. They're going to tease some Halo Infinite gameplay, which I hope to God they do. That'd be amazing. And then they're going to announce xCloud and Game Pass is kind of Nintendo's combination where they combine Nintendo and Microsoft. They're going to say xCloud and Game Pass is going to be on the Switch. Possibly going to see some Gears 5 gameplay. And the open beta for Gears 5 will be download available during the conference. And then Halo, the HoloLens. This is a bold prediction for Microsoft. They're finally going to talk about HoloLens and how it incorporates with Microsoft PCs and Xbox One X and that consoles. Moving on to Nintendo, xCloud and Game Pass, which I already said, it's going to be on Nintendo. They're going to have a non-Labo VR model of the headset instead of a cardboard headset. They'll have an actual produced headset for Nintendo that you don't have to build, and it's not so kiddie. And then also they're going to release 10 new NES titles available now during the conference. And then they're going to add, adding classic Nintendo 64s to the Switch. So they're going to open up that branch. And I know I'm skipping over the Super Nintendo here, but I still think Nintendo 64 is the popular vote for Nintendo and where the market's at. So I'm thinking that they might pull out and say we're going to start adding Nintendo 64 titles to the Switch. And then bold predictions for Nintendo. They're going to show us a next-gen Nintendo console reveal for a bold prediction. So, and then I have 2 bold predictions, kind of like what John did on his predictions. I'm thinking for the Console Drones bold predictions that John and Miguel are going to become Switch bitches with us.
He said with us.
With us other
He
Switch
admitted he's a Switch bitch.
Fuck yeah, I love the Switch, and, it's cool. And bitch rhymes with Switch. All right, so I'm going to think that Joe is going to end up playing more PlayStation next year in PlayStation VR, really. I think he's going to focus more on PlayStation VR next year. And those are my predictions for E3 and Console Drones annual predictions that we do.
Hey,
so.
They say the porn industry is like second to none. So, yeah, I'm going to be watching more PSVR porn. Why not?
All right. Miguel, did you guys have any questions on that? Because I didn't see the video while that was going on. No?
No, I think you're good. Yeah, I may have underestimated you there, Chris, because you may have had more than... So, for our listeners that have been around a while, you may know that I like to go overboard when people ask me to create a list, and I like to have fun with it. So there's stuff on here that is just dumb and just fun. Along with some stuff that's actual predictions, and yeah. So I'll start off. I have 19. Dying Light 2 will show and will look amazing. I remember them showing this, what was it, last year, and Joe thought it looked cool, and it's a zombie game, so I think it's going to be great when they show it. And I think Joe's going to want it again. Xbox will release 2 games right after the press conference or within a week. So they've already said they're doing, I believe it was 14, with their 14 IPs with all their developers that they're going to be showing. And Phil Spencer is really excited all over the internet and all. So I predict that they will release 2 within a week of the show. 3, Ubisoft will bring Just Dance to VR somehow. So, Chris, get yourself ready. Exactly. We know how you love Just Dance. We know how you love VR. So, best of both worlds just for you. So, on some week where Chris can't buy this, he will be buying Just Dance VR. Earl, I hope you're still with us.
Yeah.
All right, cool. New Xbox, fully cross-compatible PC via either Epic Games or Microsoft Store / Xbox app. I think with the new console, they'll say, hey, everything can be played cross-platform, and that's just the way that the future will be. 5, Sony is not there. I have a couple of these Sony's not there, but I had to go with an old faithful that I say every year. They're not there, but Infamous. New Infamous game. I can only hope. It's a Sony IP. Not gonna be there. Joe, you're okay.
No, I just forgot about like the most important game of E3. I'm sorry. I don't want to. Yeah, you go ahead.
No, I don't want you to forget. Go ahead. I have my
Cyberpunk.
in front of
Cyberpunk 2077. I totally forgot. So yeah.
I didn't put that anywhere because I already know that's
Yeah,
gonna
that's.
be there.
I know that's gonna be. I know it's gonna be there, but I mean, it was kind of like a given prediction that it's like Cyberpunk's gonna be there. It's gonna be like the greatest thing. Witcher without horses. They're gonna have cars now, John. You can play it. Sorry, go ahead.
Fuck you,
Miguel.
John, and your hate of horses. I just gotta. So that's my old faithful. I predict a new Warner Brothers game from the makers of the Arkham series. Likely a new Batman? Question mark. I mean, it's been discussed on the internet. Big Bethesda update to finally fix Fallout 76. Joe, no? One day.
Solid one.
Joe said that he will play it when it's fixed. So
I dabble
hopes
with it,
for Joe.
but I the only person I play with, or that I would play with, is Kendall, because he's the only one that plays Fallout 76.
Anyone have anything to chime in on so far? Earl? John? Chris?
No.
Not at the moment.
Nope.
All right. Along with Microsoft's list of IPs, Microsoft fighter game, similar or comparable to Mortal Kombat, Tekken, or Street Fighter, not Killer Instinct, will be announced.
Virtual Fighter.
Microsoft story-based games similar to Heavy Rain, Beyond Two Souls, etc. Because they lack in that department as well.
Was that Quantum Break?
Nobody cared about it. Well, I didn't anyway. Sony not at conference, but Call of Duty will be an improved version of Insurgency Sandstorm.
No.
And Earl will wet
I'm okay with
himself.
that. I'm okay with that.
But we won't see anything because Sony is, they have the first rights to Call of Duty, so god damn it. Drones will be fully invested in Ghost Recon Breakpoint, so if nobody's watched it yet, yeah, I think that's gonna happen.
As soon as they said that,
Ghost Recon.
who is it? John Bernthal's going to be in it. I'm like, I'm gonna get it. That's
Well,
it.
it's gonna have cover and be like Division, so
Yeah, I know, but it's got John in it, so I'm like, why not?
I hadn't moved my mouse in a while. Sorry, I cut out.
Oh,
New Xbox will be available May through August timeline of 2020. Dead Island 2 will be ready for release within 2 months because they showed that a few years ago and no one's ever heard anything about it.
I played it at PAX. It was pretty fun.
Yeah,
Yeah, a couple years
Sweet.
ago. It was fun.
yeah, and it's still not out. So I think they'll say, "Hey, within 2 months, Dead Island 2." For Joe specifically, we will get a reboot of Murdered Soul Suspect.
I swear, I
I don't know
would.
the story behind this.
Oh my god! So this game was hyped. What was it?
Oh,
2 years
beautiful.
ago?
It was like
that's the one
3
with-
years ago, I think.
With
Two or-
Ellen Page or something? Or
No,
that's Beyond Two Souls.
That's
That's a
Beyond
great
Two
game.
Souls.
Okay.
Murdered Soul Suspect was
That's
like
on PC. You can play it.
it was like the first game of its like type. You played a cop that was killed, and as the ghost of the cop, you have to solve your own murder.
Yeah.
And I was sold on this idea. I bought the game and I played it, and it was shit.
Pretty sure we covered it in a Joe Hates Everything.
Yeah, and I wish that somebody like Quantic Dream or, a reliable studio would pick this title back up and give it a reboot. But I won't see that reboot probably until I'm like 70. And then hopefully by then there's the Matrix and I can just sell my body as a battery and just plug myself into the Matrix.
You can just solve your own murder.
So yeah, that's the story behind that.
So like I said, I like to have fun with these and throw out random shit that just gets people on rants. Splinter Cell or Prince of Persia reboot. Ooh. I mean, there's kind of already rumors out there of Splinter Cell being rebooted, but throw out Prince of Persia too. One or the other is going to be rebooted. Or maybe both. No Battlefield this year.
I could see that.
I mean, they just released Firestorm.
I heard they're coming up with a Bad Company again.
Really?
I had rumors
I like
of that.
Bad Company. It was pretty good.
4 was the best one. I'm sorry, but 4 was it. I mean, they need to... I hate it when... I just don't think the shooters... I like what Modern Warfare is doing because it's doing modern time battles. It's like... I'm sick of, like, futuristic shit, and I'm sick of, like, going back to World War II. It's like, we've done it already. We've done it tons of times. Let's fix it.
But we've also done current tons of times.
But what's wrong with the current? If they would have kept Battlefield 4 the way it was and just added more maps, more guns, and just made it this epic game that has still lived on and would not die, like Grand Theft Auto. You know, Grand Theft Auto has not died yet, and it will probably never die because it's a living game. If they would have made Battlefield 4 a living game, then... You know, if they would have added in like territories like For Honor did, you know, you could have like a real life virtual war with Battlefield 4. But I'm just going on with the shooter shit that's going on right now.
Project X Cloud ready. Wait for it. The end of this year. I'm not going to say anything about a beta. $30 to $40 a month for unlimited games, anything from the Xbox or Microsoft store. So currently, yeah, you can play on Xbox Game Pass. They're exclusives, but I'm saying it's going to have anything that is in their store you can play for $30 to $40 a month. And the reason that's so high, yeah, you have Game Pass. That's relatively cheap, but that's on your console at home, not on your phone on the go. Not everything in the library. It's a select inventory. So, and gold will be included. Big AAA new game from THQ Nordic.
Wrestling game.
That doesn't count. Well, that would be great though, because right now it's 2K. Yeah, it's 2K right now.
They've said that they were actually in talks with Jukes, who did the greatest wrestling games that were ever created on Nintendo 64.
SmackDown.
No, on Nintendo 64, like No Mercy, WrestleMania 2000, WCW, NWO, or whatever.
Yeah,
I'm trying to remember.
I played the crap out of that one.
Yeah, those were the greatest wrestling games that were ever made. Better than SmackDown.
That was the Attitude Era too, though, and that the legit era.
It was like the end of the Attitude Era, but yes, yeah. I totally agree. It was still WWF. There wasn't the E, but
right.
But they were talking with Jukes, who made those games, and I think they were talking about getting back together. So, sorry to interrupt, Miguel.
Oh, no, you're fine. Last one I have is next gen will be fully cross-platform compatible.
Except for Sony.
Including Sony.
Sony doesn't want to play nice. They don't want to play nice. And I'll keep saying
You saw them shake hands like 2 weeks ago. Stop.
Whatever.
They got rid of what's his name. They were shaking hands like 2 weeks ago.
No, they shake.
They're using Microsoft's not their AI, but
their cloud.
Yeah,
but still,
according to Chris, they're docking.
Yeah, but I still don't think that Sony, they'll use the same technology that Microsoft has developed, because why reinvent the wheel if Microsoft's going to invest everything into this cloud? We're Sony. We're still going to create our exclusive titles. All of our gamers will still only be able to play with each other. We don't want to play with those other people. We don't want to play with Xbox. We don't want to play with the Switch. I mean, if they were so reluctant to turn the Switch on, no pun intended, on Rocket League or Fortnite or whatever, what makes you think that they're going to do it going into the next generation? These are simple titles that they can just flip the Switch and say, everybody play together. And now it's like, no. I think Call of Duty might be the first one, but then after that, Sony might just be like, nope, we're done. And they may be like exclusive only system. I don't know. I'm just pissed off with Sony that people don't get me wrong. I love my Xbox, but I grew up with Sony. I love the PlayStation 1. I love the PlayStation 2, 3. But, it's just like I grew up loving the PlayStation. I mean, I burned the shit out of my PlayStation where I had to lay it on its side for it to read discs. Okay? It was the first system that I had where I put the import chip in it. I could play Dragon Ball Z Legends and Dragon Ball Final Bout. I could play the Japanese titles on the PlayStation. I love PlayStation. But I just hate what the fuck they've done with the IP that they have. I hate it. I'm done.
And rent?
Sorry.
Is your rant done?
Rant over. This week on Joe Hates Everyone. Everything.
Just Sony.
That's all I got. Is there anything that anyone else would like to discuss from that?
No, I mean, should we all get together and chat and watch E3 together? Earl, you're more than welcome to join us if we do that.
Yeah, sure, man.
Yeah.
Oh, Xbox chat or
We could even do Discord.
Discord would be the easiest.
I have one more. I have a bold prediction. Actually, is Blizzard going to be at E3 or they do their own? They have BlizzCon.
Yeah, BlizzCon.
Yeah.
All right, never mind.
But go for it. What were you going to say? Because it could happen.
Overwatch needs a campaign mode.
Okay.
Ain't gonna happen. Overwatch is dying.
That was the only reason why I didn't play Overwatch, was because they didn't have a campaign mode or a story mode. If Overwatch would have had that, I would have played.
Yeah,
but they didn't.
I want a story mode, and I'd go back to it.
I want to relate to the characters that we're playing. That would be nice, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially the LBGTQ characters.
You want to relate to those guys?
You said you did.
No, I'm just saying to all the characters.
I just want to relate to Bastion. That's all.
Yeah.
I want to relate to Roadhog.
Yeah.
Man. Good
Oh,
shit.
whatever happened to good old Nick, our good old Bastion main?
Oh yeah, he's still down in Texas.
Does he still listen or does he hate us?
I don't know. I haven't heard from him in a while.
Is he still waiting for his shirt?
Maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't heard from him in a while. Earl's still waiting for his shirt. I have it in my bedroom.
Okay.
He's trying to trap you, Earl.
No, he's trying to wait. He's
Earl,
waiting
come
outside
into
for
my
a bird to
bedroom.
poop on it. That's what he's like.
I've got some rhythmic rubbing to take care of.
You might get that shirt with some bird poop on it, yeah.
If it's white, maybe it's not bird poop.
Oh,
It's just yogurt.
It's weird.
Oh,
Well,
it's still warm.
Sorry, Earl. Earl,
God.
welcome to the club.
yeah, welcome, buddy.
I know. I've been listening. I know how to get.
All right, so we're gonna move on down to our rando shit since we're done with the main topic. Solid predictions to everybody. So we're gonna move on down to our rando shit. Do you guys have any rando shit you want to talk about this week?
Yes.
Let's go with Miguel. He was first, and then John.
Nah, fuck you, John.
Whatever, Miguel.
Well, I actually wrote this rando on Wednesday when prep for the podcast that we didn't have because I silenced the conversations that you guys have. I was gonna have a proposition for John to play through Gears of War before the new one comes out.
Like
On
all of them?
yes,
Do it.
do it.
Nice.
Well, my wife is gone
Nice.
until Sunday.
Do it.
So
They
are
are.
we starting tonight?
I don't know. We'll get to that in a little bit. Second rando, I have 4. You guys made me sit here and write shit, so I wrote shit. I normally just come home, get everything ready, and I'm ready to go. So you guys gave me like, oh, we're going to do predictions. So this is what happens. Be warned. I forgot the potential of my Toby eye track. I started playing Dying Light, and I was going through my settings, setting up my resolution, 4K monitor settings, and it's eye tracking. Oh yeah, I have that. So I turned it on, and I forgot how cool eye tracking was. And for Dying Light, like if you turn on your flashlight and you're in a dark area, if you look at the corner of your screen, your flashlight will focus over there without moving the screen and all that good stuff. So I forgot how cool that is. Joe, like that. If you look in the corner and then you click the aim button, it'll autofocus on where you were looking and it'll center your screen there. So I forgot that there were some cool features with Tobii Eye Tracker. I kind of already touched on this before the podcast. Are any of you interested in my G900 mouse?
Nope.
All right, I will use it at work.
He just broke it.
Well, I got the new 502, so. And then my last rando was assuming that we wouldn't be podcasting for 7 hours today. I was gonna say, hey Chris, would you like to go catfishing at Dogtown?
Tonight?
That was my initial thought.
Oh, it's 8:31. Kids will be asleep here in about 10 minutes.
This might be the longest podcast we've done.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty long.
Sorry, Earl.
No, it's all good. It's
No,
all
the
good.
E3 ones
Tell-
usually are a little
tell Earl-
long.
Tell your wife we're sorry.
Yeah, that's the
no,
main
Harrison-
part. I have to tell
Harrison's
my
been-
wife I'm sorry too.
Yeah, she's been asleep for a while, so
Oh,
I think
good.
we're okay.
Sweet.
So yeah, that was a thought that I had, but it's probably out the window.
Real quick, Miguel, what console? What do you play Dying Light on? By the way, just
I have it on my PC.
oh, okay.
I
I'd be down to play that with you. Just
So yeah, I
Yeah.
just barely started dabbling in it, so I don't really know what I'm doing. I bought it yesterday, and that's the game I got on CD keys for $17.
oh, nice. I think
But-
if you get past the intro section, that's when you can start with the co-op. So
Okay. Yeah,
it's- yeah.
I'd be
you
open
should
for
get
that.
it.
yeah, John. CD keys, $17 PC.
Maybe.
Really, Joe? Really, Joe?
What? Old Republic. What?
Oh, why didn't you just say something? So
Something.
Joe just texted me and said, "How much for the mouse?"
Well, because I want to ask you, like, realistically, like, how much do you want for the mouse?
The question really is, how much would you sell it to Joe?
How much would Joe pay for it?
I'm not
This-
paying
this
50
thing-
bucks for it.
How
I
much
got
would
$5.
you pay for it?
Wait, ask me next Friday on payday. Then I'll tell you. I'll tell you price. Yeah. Wait
Yeah,
till
working
payday.
that financing.
Yeah.
All right, I'll wait till next Friday.
I
'cause
got to talk to
I
my
gotta
financial
think about
advisor.
stuff too. Yeah.
All right, who's got next rando shit?
I'll go last.
Okay. Joe, you got anything?
I just wanted to talk real quick about the Blood and Truth VR, PSVR. The game, Chris, you were right. The game is amazing. London Games did a great job. As far as I know, London Games makes the best actual games for PSVR. They had the demo for Heist, and it's great. I enjoyed it. I like the gun mechanics. They have it to where... Uh-oh, Miguel's looking it up. They have it to where when you have the move controllers, which are these guys, you have two of them, and when you're playing, you have your ammo clip is right here on your chest, and your guns are on your hip, and then you have like your SMG is on your back. So as you're going through the game, it's like holster your weapon. You have a holster and you holster it, or while you're holding your gun and you're shooting, you can click, hold it to your chest, click it, pick up the clip, reload, and then fire all in the game. And the SMG does great because you can press the trigger buttons on the move controllers to actually hold the SMG, and you hit it right on the money when you said Time Crisis, because it's not like a free move type game where Firewall 0 Hour is, where you actually are moving your character. But I enjoyed it, and I'm hooked. I'm gonna play it. It has a great story, and everyone has a British accent, and yeah, and you can actually control your hands in the game, kind of like you do in Oculus. And you can like flip off the characters, and you can like do peace, and you can do thumbs up or like rock on.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, they're during the cutscenes, they're like getting in your face and they're like talking to you, and I'm like, like in their nose and stuff. It's hilarious. It's awesome. I like the gameplay. I like the gun control, and I like everything for it. I just wish I wish I would have had a PS4 Pro just to get that extra boost on graphics. But yeah, that's one
Can
of my
a Pro boost your VR?
Yes, the Pro does boost the PSVR,
I heard.
like really small boost, but it's it's not like night and day like the Xbox 360 and Xbox One X or the Xbox One S and X. It's not that type of boost, but there is a boost. I enjoy it. I like it, and I'm gonna play it. And yeah, thanks, Chris. And
Yeah, no problem.
go ahead. What?
Question for you. What do you think of the art museum and the interactivity of the art museum? You got to that part, right?
No,
Did you get to the art museum yet?
I got to the part where you did a flashback and you were in the desert and shooting the vehicles as they were coming by and the motorcycles, and then you got in the helicopter.
Uh-huh.
And then they did the family thing, and then you were in like some warehouse with the family. That's when I turned it off.
Okay. You're going to get to your next mission. You're going to get into an art museum. And I'm just to spoil it a little bit for some of the listeners, but there's so much interactivity in this art museum that you're going to trip balls as far as how much you can interact with the actual the scenery of everything. You're in an art museum. You get to mess with all kinds of shit in the museum while you're playing this game. So it's really fucking cool. And you go in there and basically that Tony guy that that guy, right? Okay. You're gonna go and he owns the art museum. So you get to go in there and fuck up their art museum. It's so much fun, dude.
Were you fucking with the shit in the car?
Yes, dude.
I was like pushing the blinker and the windshield wipers and opening the door, and
There's
like
so much shit you can do.
he hands you a vape, and I'm like, it's stupid,
You
but
can
you're
actually
like
breathe in.
you're
go,
like you vaping and
exhale and it blows
John
up.
wants VR.
It's so fucking
yeah, it's crazy. It's fun. It's really fun, but it's a different experience. I enjoy it. I like the time crisis aspect of it because it's controlled movement and it's not like free move. Because when you get into the free move shit, that's when I get like, that's what I got to turn it off. I'm just like, nope, I can't do this. So
it definitely saves you from the nausea for sure, because you get to select those certain points where you want to go, and you can strafe left or right according to where you're at, which is really nice. But there's also some really cool scenes that you're going to get into where you're jumping out of a fucking window and you can see the glass particles coming out in front of you and everything, and you're free falling from a fucking building and you grab onto a ledge. Like, you feel like you're free falling. So that might make you feel a little woozy, but it's going to be super intense because they do that slow motion time. You know,
I'm gonna be like that guy in all the YouTube videos that's trying out like Oculus for the first time, and he's like rock climbing and he falls forward like face first. So yeah, I'm gonna be that guy. I'm gonna be like, be screaming like a little bitch, and I'm sitting in my office chair. So that's gonna be like, what the hell's going on? What's wrong?
Yeah, it's fucking amazing. Like, my wife actually came in the other night and tapped me on my leg. I tripped the fuck out, and she's like, "You're being way too loud."
Did you smack her?
Yeah.
She all tapped me like smack.
Well,
like,
I thought it was my
sorry.
daughter tapping me because it felt like that, and I was like, "Oh shit!" And I lifted up my headset, and it was my wife. She's like, "You need to be quiet." And I'm like, "Oh, sorry." I was getting way too into this game, but it's fucking amazing. It's probably one of the best VR games I've played. So
I enjoy it because I enjoy a great story, and there is a great story to it, and there's action. VR is a different experience. John, Earl, if you guys haven't experienced VR, I know Miguel you have, but just to be able to like, I know you're holding a controller, but when you actually like hold the controller up to your eye and you're looking down the sight, you can see the hollow sight, and when you pull it away, you don't see it. So there is that sense of reality looking down the gun sight. So I enjoy the actual reloading of the gun. I love that. I don't have to push a button to reload. I literally have to grab the clip and put it in the gun and then continue to fire. So I enjoy that a lot.
yeah,
So,
it's
I
an amazing
recommend
game. Go ahead, Joe.
No, I was just saying I recommend it, and That's kind of like what I wanted to cover on the Rando was that particular game.
Same here. That wraps up my rando as well too, because it's a fucking amazing game.
Yes.
Just wait till you get to the casino, and the nightclub. There's some fucking amazing pieces to that, and it just keeps getting better and better. I believe it's about 5 hours long, about 19 missions, and then you can go back and there's gonna be multiplayer high score boards, so you and I can see how quick we can get through a mission and see who's better. So that'll be pretty cool. So
Yeah, I got sick playing that blood game. It was like you're on the roller coaster.
oh okay.
Oh yeah, the Until Dawn game.
Yeah, Until Dawn Blood, whatever it was.
What is it? What is it called?
And that was the last
Blood?
time I touched it. I
Yeah.
was just like I had it's back there. It's collecting dust. But
What VR do you have?
PSVR.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Yeah.
I highly recommend Earl Blood and Truth. You will not get sick from this game,
Okay.
and you're gonna have tears of joy when you start playing this, especially when you get into the museum and some of the more interactive levels.
Okay.
Joe, Miguel, whoever.
Just remember that Chris is conditioned because he plays VR on a daily basis. So
True.
I do highly recommend two things. I highly recommend you have PSVR, Astrobot.
Yep.
Astrobot. Download Astrobot, and it's a platformer. It will get your introduction into VR, so it's not like you're just being immersed into it and you're just like motion
Sure.
sickness. So it's really good, and it's a slow game to get you introduced to VR and the motion. Second, you have PSVR. Look up the articles. I'm just saying, PSVR porn, nothing like it. I'm just saying. I don't know if you're into that type of stuff, but I'm just saying. Once you go VR porn, you never go back. I'm sorry. There's just no dimension. There's nothing. It's just like.
But Joe, can you see your feet?
Actually, you can.
In VR porn, you actually it's somebody else's feet, but they'd be like, "Oh man, bigger than I imagined." Like, oh, it all depends on the porn, you know. Oh, I'm a chick. Oh, you know, but whatever.
Anyway, Earl,
Anywho,
do you have any rando?
Yeah, I do actually.
This is the last podcast I'm doing. I'm just kidding.
Fuck you guys. I'm
No.
going home.
So I was just thinking about just the type of work that I do. So I work with hospice kids, and this week I actually ended up not being able to make it out, but we had a celebrity visit one of our kids, and I ended up not making it just because my schedule got flipped around. But Russell Wilson, like, say what you want. Like, I remember, I think you guys were talking about his contract and how he got paid, and his career, that's his job, whatever. But I think the biggest impression that I got of him just in recent interactions is like all of my kids who have spent any amount of time in Seattle Children's, all of them have stuff from him, whether it's shoes, signed paper, like they're signed, posters or whatever. Every single one of them has had some interaction with him. And yeah, it kind of solidified my views on, I think, just as a person, just props to him. And then the celebrity who came by this week was Macklemore. He's from here in the Pacific Northwest, and he's actually super under the radar about it. But like after he saw one of my kiddos, he's like, oh, we're gonna go see another kid, and he like brought his kids with him to go see these families with kids that are going through a tough stage in life. And so yeah, I was just very his music, maybe you like it, maybe you don't, but I think as a person, he's using his platform same as Russell Wilson to it's not much out of his time of his day, but it makes a huge difference for some of these kids who are knocking on death's door. And just kind of props to these people who are using what they have to make the world a little bit of a better place.
that's fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
And I do have to say, thing as a Cardinals fan too. I may not like Russell Wilson as a player because he's a damn nuisance and he screws us over all the time. As a Cardinals fan, but hearing that as he's a good person, fucking kudos to Russell Wilson. He's a badass for doing all that cool shit.
on. I think you said it was Tuesdays, Earl.
Yep.
He doesn't do football stuff on Tuesdays. I think it's every Tuesday. He goes to Children's Hospital.
Yep, Seattle Children since rookie year, every Tuesday.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
That's his splurge apparently every Tuesday.
Yeah, I mean
So-
that's great. You know, all like NFL stuff aside, there are athletes before the team that picked them or they pick the team, whatever. You know, I say the same things about like J.J. Watt and you know, like the things he did for Houston and when they had
Yeah.
the hurricane, and I mean he did it by himself. He didn't have any other people. You know, there's foundations that other athletes are doing. You know, the stuff that Chris Long for the Philadelphia Eagles, the stuff that he did abroad, the stuff that the Eagles are doing locally with the police. It's amazing that you know, I grew up in an era of role models, and of course one of my role models was the one that says I'm not a role model, who is Charles Barkley. You know, he was like, when I growing up, because I loved Charles Barkley when he was with the Phoenix Suns, even though I lived in LA, you know, and everybody was like, oh, Lakers this, Magic this, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, but I like Charles because he's himself. He's his own person. He's not going to let a system or a sport change who he is. And he still doesn't. But it's just great to hear athletes, you know, colors aside, teams aside, they're doing great things with their time and their money, and they're not wasting it on, you know, boat trips or whatever, you know, like the OBJs and all the Giants and whatever they were doing. But you know what I mean? I mean, that's kind of like a poke, fuck you Spartan, at the Giants. But yeah, I love to hear, especially like, you know, Fitz. I will probably forever, however many children he has, but I will forever see Fitz as that top tier player. You know, Russell Wilson will be in that category. Tom Brady's still a piece of shit. Drew Brees, what he did for New Orleans, you know, is great. And, you know, he deserves the GOAT title. You know, I mean, even Mahomes with, thank you, Miguel, by the way, for the Omaze thing. I entered it in. I am hoping that I can win a trip to go throw some footballs with Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, you're welcome.
I just have to pick the one other friend that's going to go with me. Anyway.
You wouldn't know about it without me, Joe.
I know. That's why I'm like, Miguel told me about it. But it's Mahomes. But yeah, the thing he's doing with the Mahomies and with the children, and it's just like, it's great. This is what we need, is we need people that have that soapbox and that have that opportunity to share the wealth. Not necessarily the wealth, but to share their positive impact on the community and do so. And
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
I know that's kind of what fueled like why I changed my handle to Mr. Rodgers was, I don't know, like I feel like we all have our platform, and for some of us it's gaming till 2 a.m. and I feel like being a positive influence wherever we are has kind of been one of the things that I've been, I don't know, like I guess thinking about. And just being, you know, there's enough toxicity out there. There's enough people who are making gaming terrible for other people. And I don't know. I just think it's like, that's kind of why I love listening to you guys' podcast, is just, you know, when it comes down to it, no matter how many, you know, disses you guys
no matter how many FU Chris's we dish out. Yeah.
That,
You still didn't say it.
It's all
Yeah.
in fun.
yeah, it's all in fun, and yeah, I just think that's something this world needs. There's enough bad things, so
Yeah. Agreeable for sure. Miguel, you had something?
No.
No. Okay. Do we have any more random shit before we end this podcast?
John was going to end it up.
Yeah, I was gonna go last. So I actually just wrote down 3 things. Joe, have you seen the videos of Charles Barkley and Shaq going at each other on the shows?
I love
that is
it.
Hilarious.
I love it. Especially, I mean, I'm a fan. You know, Shaq got his rings, most of them from when he was with the Lakers. He's like, I'm going to knock you out. I'm going to knock you out. I love it. I watch. Yeah.
So
So that's hilarious. Miguel.
I haven't seen what you're talking about, but I just imagine Shaq like, no, Charles.
It's hilarious, Miguel.
It's
Just YouTube
hilarious.
it.
Because Charles starts talking about stuff like Shaq doesn't know what he's talking about, and Shaq's like, I was a Finals MVP. How many rings do you have, Charles?
Exactly. Shaq
Yeah.
always he's always wearing his rings, and he's like, "How many rings
Yeah.
you got? How many rings you got, Chuck? How many rings you got? I'll smack you in your face, Chuck. I'll smack you in your face."
He
Yeah,
never won
it's-
any, right? Did he ever win any?
No.
finals?
Charles?
No.
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 Oh, unfortunately, we lost that Paxson for 3 bowls championship. That was it, pretty much.
Yes, John.
So my next rando, Miguel, the eye tracking you're talking, is that a software?
It is actually there is software that comes with it, but it is a little bar that you attach to just the front of your monitor, just to hold it,
Oh, okay.
and you set it up. You set it up to align with your screen. You calibrate it. It makes you look at a dot in the middle of the screen, dot in the corner, and it calibrates it. And I just moved it, so I'll probably have to recalibrate it. But I may not have to recalibrate it, but it has just with stickies, you put magnets on the front of your monitor, and then it mounts on there. And yeah, it's just a bar that you purchase, and it comes with the software, and it's
Okay.
compatible with certain games. They have a list of all the games that are available.
Cool. What's so funny, Joe?
I was gonna say it looks like an expensive ass Wii sensor. That's what it looks like.
I was trying to figure out what it looked like. I was like, I've seen something that looks like that.
That Wii sensor bar. That's all it
Yeah.
is.
That's basically what it is, but the retina scanning that like Samsung phones can do.
Mhm.
I think it's similar to that because it has like those red lights when it's actually functioning. So it's probably really bad for your eyes.
So when Miguel goes blind, we know it's eye tracking.
I'm already pretty blind.
All
But
right,
yeah, you can look up a list of the games. Not like every game has it. It has to be incorporated. Assassin's Creed's games has it. Ghost Recon had it. A lot of the Ubisoft games have it. So
All right, cool. And my last rando is Earl. You play mostly on PC, and I remember a while back, not that long ago, you posted your old tower setup that you were selling it because your friend was selling his and you wanted to buy his, right?
Yeah.
Did you end up buying his?
No.
No,
I
you
just kind of upgraded what I could, and I've got
So, what are you running in your tower?
I've got a AMD 590 8 gig, and then I've got just an i5 80 something 100. It's decent. It gets pretty good 1080p. I've got I don't know, like I want to do 1440p, but in due time, I'm sure.
sounds like John just totally ruined your day.
But he's got a 1070, right? You got a 1070 in yours?
Yeah.
It's whatever.
Yes, Joe.
Is anybody switching to the Ryzen?
I am.
Have you
No,
heard about
what
the
do
new
you-
one?
The 3, like the hyper threading crazy 3000, whatever
That
it is.
makes like anything NVIDIA look stupid.
Yeah, no, I have to buy a whole new
Oh
motherboard
my-
and everything
yeah,
because
it's
I'm
like-
Intel.
Fuck. Yeah, I saw that and I was like, Anyway.
Yeah. Well, it also makes this generation a lot cheaper, so I'm
Mhm.
looking forward to that. So
Yeah.
I'll probably
Yeah,
pick up
absolutely.
Ryzen 7 or whatever. And
New processor, bridge some current graphics cards.
yeah, I don't know. I'll have to get my wife something first to justify it, but
You know what they
You
say?
took her to go see Aladdin.
They
She's
said
fine.
every kiss
Well,
begins with K.
no, I think
Yeah.
she wants a
Yeah.
Switch, I think.
Oh.
And so
Yeah.
I think I know there's this game coming out that I wanted to get her, but I don't think it's out yet. It's called
Senran Kagura.
No, I don't know what that is.
Joe.
That's different.
Is that the
Different
one you said
podcast.
the other day.
Yeah, Senran
That's-
Kagura. It's like the mature
actually-
rated. Yeah.
That's actually a really old video from when we were starting out doing this. So
Yeah.
Anyway,
Very-
sorry,
yeah.
Earl. What game was it?
Oh, Spellbound.
Oh, that's
it's,
right.
Coming out from Chucklefish, the same guys who made Stardew Valley.
Oh,
I pretty
okay.
much told my I was telling my wife, like, yeah, like this game's coming out. I think you'd like it. And she's like, what is it about? And I'm like, you're a wizard that goes to wizard school. And she's like, why haven't you bought me this already? And I'm like, because it's not out yet. But
she a Harry Potter fan?
oh, huge Harry Potter fan.
That's
Which
cool.
I still haven't watched the entire series, so apparently she's not happy about that still.
I was gonna say, how have you not been stabbed yet? If she's that big of a fan.
Well, he did switch to being a Broncos fan, so you know, one step at a time.
Yeah, baby steps.
Yeah. No, I mean, I enjoyed the series. I've watched. I think I've kind of casually watched all of them. I haven't read all the books or anything, but yeah, maybe if it was an earlier stage in my life that I would have been introduced, I would have read through all of them, watched all of them. But I was already in college by the time they were all coming out. So yeah.
Wait, is she a gamer as well? Sorry.
Oh, no, not really. Like, I think she's put in about 100 hours into Stardew Valley, but
She's a gamer.
yeah. But that's the only game so far that she's invested that much time into, which I was pretty impressed with.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
My wife is not a gamer. She's probably spent an hour on World of Warcraft making characters, and that's it.
Oh, and she spent about 50 hours on Diablo 3. Yeah. Well, it was funny. We played through a demo of it, and she's like, I don't know, like it's a bit dark, and I'm like, all right, well, let's look through your loot and see what you got at least. She's like, wait, loot? I'm like, yeah, like you get different outfits and stuff. And she's like, outfits?
Yeah, there it is.
That was the entirety of her pregnancy, was Diablo 3.
That's awesome.
That's why we have loot boxes.
But yeah.
Joe,
You had a question?
I just had a question. I just don't mean to ask. I mean, normally women don't like to ask, like us to ask. But how old are you?
I'm 33,
Okay.
and well, yeah,
Okay.
just yeah. How old are you guys?
Yep.
I'm 34. You know, 1 year exactly older than you.
Yeah. I knew that, John.
I will.
am.
Oh, go ahead, Miguel.
I'm 29.
Okay.
We got the baby of the group over there.
Yeah, he's the baby. I'm 30.
Baby shark.
He's the baby shark. I'm 35. I'll be 36 in June 20th, and then
Nice.
Chris is
We'll
30.
be 35 in June 5th.
June 5th.
Alright.
Next week.
So we get a time
Chris is
period
the
where
old man.
Chris and I will be the same age, but yeah.
Nice.
Sweet. Do you guys have any other random shit before we wrap this long ass podcast up?
I just want to say congratulations to Miguel because Robert Pattinson signed the deal to be the next Batman. So congratulations on your dumb character, whatever bullshit movies that I'm not going to watch. And it's supposed to be a trilogy, so ain't watching them. Nope.
I mean,
I'm done.
Everyone apparently associates him with Twilight, obviously. But
Well,
there's
no,
been
I mean-
multiple articles.
No, I know. There was hesitation when Heath Ledger was the Joker. Everybody was like, who's Heath Ledger? The last movie he did was Knight's Tale, and how is he going to be the Joker? I'm not knocking him as a character, but I'm just knocking DC as not making the wise choices as far as movies. But if I was directing it, it would be Tobey McGinnis. Michael Keaton would be old Bruce Wayne, Batman Beyond. Moving on.
Oh, that'd be so great.
Yes.
Oh, that'd be so great.
John?
I'm pretty sure Heath Ledger's previous movie was Brokeback Mountain.
We don't want to talk about that. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say. I want to clarify what movie it was. He went from a weird place to a dark place, and then
That's probably why he went to the
unfortunately,
dark
has
place.
passed. Yeah.
Rest in peace.
And then who was the actor who's playing Batman? You broke up. I didn't hear it.
Robert Pattinson. That's the guy that was Edward in Twilight.
Oh, Sparkle Face. Okay.
Yes. So everybody is making fun because in the last Lego movie, Batman came out in a glitter white outfit. And there's like, oh, well, they're already predicting the next Batman. He's going to be in a white uniform with glitter. So, because he sparkles. Because
Perfect.
vampires sparkle in the Twilight universe.
Yeah, up here in Washington.
Yeah.
It's gonna knock Joe's socks off. You just wait.
Nope. Not watching
Flippy
it.
Floppy Joe is gonna love the new Batman movies.
The only way I will watch it is if they go with the Batman Beyond story. If they make him Tobey McGinnis and they say, well, we just signed Michael Keaton to be Bruce Wayne, then yes, I will watch it. If not, I'm done. I am done
be
with DC.
fantastic.
I was done with DC when they made Starfire. The actress is a black chick. I'm sorry, I'm not racist, but Starfire is not black. But I'm done. I'm done with DC. DC can go choke on an egg. I'm sorry. Marvel. That's it. Thanos should have snapped away DC. Sorry, Chris.
Man, Joe is really hating everything this week.
Just DC and Sony and Tom
Oh, man.
Brady.
Was that like
Well, that's not new.
I mean, just this, and that, and yeah, probably that too.
Oh yeah, and this.
and a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Yep. Anything else that we want to talk about before we leave? Because we're going on quite a long time here.
Yeah,
2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Holy shit. This is amazing. This actually has been podcast gold thanks to Earl. You've been a kick-ass member on this podcast. We really do appreciate you joining our podcast. Kudos to you, buddy, and you're more than welcome to join us at any time.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, no problem, man. So this is going to wrap up episode number 130, I believe.
It's a milestone
So-
episode, so yay.
Yeah, it is a milestone, so it's pretty solid. This is Chris. I'm going to go play some video games, try not to wake up my kids, and make sure my wife's not going to kill me. I am out.
This is John. I'm going to go check on my children because they've been out there watching TV alone for the last 2.5 hours because I'm a super parent. And then I'm going to get them in bed, and then I'll probably play some video games.
Bed. It's summer.
It's 9 o'clock, and I want them to go to bed
Oh.
so I don't have to then worry about them.
This is Miguel. I'm gonna go eat.
This is Earl. I'm gonna go check on my kid and say sweet somethings to my wife.
Ooh.
This is Joe. I'm probably going to go watch either Portals to Hell on Travel Channel or Good Omen, which just came out today on Amazon Prime. So,
Oh, that looks great.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, game on, guys.
Game on.
Game on.
Game on.
Game on. Good shit, guys. Holy crap.
Game Talk Podcast, Season fucking 2.
She's getting what's next. They're watching. Shake the head. They're watching. They're watching.
Console